I will be testing very quickly, first of all, sound notifications of followers. Are they working? Are they not? Let me click this and see how it works. Not. Okay, that is working, but it's not showing. And now it's showing. And now we have chat up there. Oh yeah. I completely forgot to do something. I need to hide the nightbot from showing. So let me do that very quickly, guys. Text, styling, visibility? No. House and bot. There we go. House and bot name, nightbot. Be the first one, yeah. I don't. I think that's the only one, the only vote that I have that should be taken into consideration. We come to show in the chat box, that, and it should be showing up as soon as people chat. It is not. Oh, there it is. Never mind. All right. Okay. So, first and first, welcome, guys. I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all having an amazing time today. I wish to let you know the following things that are gonna be on this stream. Number one, the chat will be shown on stream. Yes, you can see it right there. It's fine since I've seen a lot of people show it on stream and it seems to be okay. I hope. But yeah. And what else? I want you guys to get yourself your song playing, whatever song it is, because I'm gonna be using the audio of this stream into a video in the near future. And there's a lot that I have to talk about, and I don't think I can make audio for that video and this stream being separate. So any song that you have right now that you would like to play while listening to this, it will be highly recommendable. I don't know if there's any other way for me to record without any audio, because I'm doing YouTube and Twitch at the same time. If I was doing Twitch only, I could split the audio, but right now I cannot. Although there's something I can do about this. Now I think about it. I could record my audio with Audacity right now. Yes, I could record my audio with Audacity right now. That would definitely be useful. With no any music. Oh, all right. Let me know, anybody, if you guys are okay without any song right now. Or if I just use Audacity and just record my audio with my voice right there as I go through it, please. Any kind of messages, comments on the chat, I will be reading it and I'll think about it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Still kind of sick. But yeah, I will be making a video, like I said before. This is not gonna be just uploaded as a normal video. Afterwards, I'll actually make a visual representation of what I'm saying, and I'm planning on working a lot of it. So it is difficult. It's gonna be hard. But yeah, I am here nonetheless, and I hope this video, well, this stream, is gonna be presentable for people. Also having the video version later for anyone who's interested in just checking out the videos itself. Also, I'm not sharing any desktop audio as well, even though I'm listening to songs right now. I'm also listening to songs so I can combat my tinnitus right now. Other than that, just silence. Now, I want you guys to the following. But first of all, let me read the chat before we start. So, Flower Yellow. Let's start with Twitch. Flower Yellow, hello, welcome. How's it going? I like Femboys. I didn't say that. That is the username of this Twitch user. Welcome to the stream. Dark Creek here, I'm back, Grogu like a mapache. Hola, Raccoon. Hola, ¿cómo andas? ¿Todo bien? ¿Qué onda, che? ¿Cómo te va el día? Doing well. Working on stuff, says Femboys. Nice. Get to relax. Sub, Raccoon. Hey, Sid, what's up? Welcome. Phantom Comte. Hola, ¿cómo va todo? Muy bien. ¿Y vos qué onda? ¿Cómo te va la vida, che? Anda retranca acá. Cylindris. Well. If it isn't the raccoon itself, stare. I don't have that emoji, I think, sadly. But I think it's a frog one, right? Welcome. How's it going? Consuflius. Hey, we're ranking enemies based on what? It's gonna be based on difficulty, where they're located, and how to deal with them. How difficult it is to just deal with them alone. That's why we also have the Moose Scourge ones, because they're easier to deal with than the normal ones, since you cannot ask for help from the human ones, right? Let's see. This is spoilers. It is what it is, our access. I like Mask Boys. Rangers Mask Boys. Mask Boys? All Funger fans are Argentina or Slavic. Maybe. Now let me go to YouTube. Means Cosmico. Means Cosmico. The best enemy without a doubt is a washing machine. I was scared to death the first time I dared to fight this thing. Honestly, yeah, I can see that. It's a very confusing enemy. Considering if you come from just fighting whatever it is that's in the game, in the first game, you expect everything. You don't just think it's a washing machine. I can see that. Six Haver, welcome. That's the name, by the way. On YouTube. Welcome. Professor Brain, good morning. Baba Booey, good evening. Hello. Takaraka, hello, Catholic Phoenix. Welcome. Hello, Holy Pastor, what's up? Sing for us that we have music. Sing for us so that we have music. I can't sing. I'm not singing. But it's objectively the hardest enemy. We'll be going through that as we rank them up. Because to tell you the truth, I haven't studied. This is gonna be based on experience, on how much they fucked me in my playthroughs, and how today I'm able to go through it. We're gonna be taking account normal mode and Maso mode. So I'm gonna explain the rules quickly before reading the chat more. The rules are the following. I wanna spend at least, maximum amount of 2 minutes, if possible, talking about the enemies that I will be explaining here. For example, if I talk about Doppel and Tanaka, I want to talk about him for 2 minutes maximum, if it's possible for me. Because there's a lot of stuff to go through. Look at all this. And I want to explain normal mode, Maso mode during that time, and then moving on to the next one. So there's a lot to cover with that. So 2 minutes maximum, while also explaining normal and Maso mode. And also trying to explain a quick guide on how to take down said enemy. I also want to split every single one of these enemies into a timestamp. So it's going to be really freaking hard for me to go through that when it comes to editing on the video settings of the streaming. I don't know if you can add timestamps. I would love to, but I'm going to go through that. It's going to be heck. But yeah, either that or I'll make the timestamp be just DCVAS in the video itself, so it's going to be releasing at some point. We'll see. Oh boy. Let me keep reading the chat. Baba Boy, we only need your crispy voice. Thank you. Lord Liam, music for a video upload will define anything? Yeah. Chaugnar, all others in the comic. Yeah, Chaugnar is gonna be higher ranked because it's a scary thing, to be honest. Formal Frederick, yeah, Neo Patch is not out sadly yet. Hopefully in the near future we'll have it. I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. I love this game so much. Holy Brother, it says the washing machine is a door, not an enemy. It looks like an enemy in my eyes. Where is it? I'm scared. I can't even see it because I'm scared. Did I even add it? Oh, there it is! So scary. I love it. Big Boss, welcome. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Hello, welcome. Let's see. Catholic Phoenix says the hardest enemy is the Bellend. Canonically, it's really hard and shaped like a. Alright. Lord Liam, very excited to see the difference between the difficulty modes because Maso is a whole different game. Yes, it's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try my best to go through it because I don't want to make 2 tier lists. I just want to make. The tier list is gonna be based on just my experience on it, combining 2 things, right? Also explaining that, but I don't want to make 2 tier lists. I just don't wanna. If I can, honestly, I'm really thinking about just making 2 tier lists right now, honestly. I might not. Freak, man. Do I make 2 tier lists on normal Maso mode? Oh my god, that's gonna be hard, isn't it? Yep. I'm gonna have to make 2 tier lists, aren't I? Huh? I just think about it right now. You know what? I was thinking about going normal Maso mode, but man, it's not supposed to. It's gonna be normal Maso mode tier list. I'm gonna have to make 2 tier lists. This video is gonna be 2 hours long, or even 4. Fuck. Okay, I got the water. Free. Torvan Evergen. Hi, how are you? It's going pretty well. How's it going? What up, buddy? Certainly, it's unfair. It is unfair as fuck. Yeah. Professor Bring. I also have both game files open. It's gonna help a lot as well for me. Vitra, why is the dog shit so big? I don't know why it's so big, to be honest. This is uncropped, by the way. Anything here is just not cropped. I'm guessing longer files like the Platoon are gonna be showing like this because of that. But who knows? I didn't want to have them cropped, so I kind of want to have them like this. You can start with normal and then shift stuff around Maso, says Liam. We'll be going normal first. We'll finish the tier list normal mode and then we're moving into Maso mode. It's going to be a lot of editing later when I have to sit through it, but it's going to be worth it because I am in love with this topic right now. Let me go back to Twitch. Silum the Mew. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. What up? For sure. I love how big the dog is to everyone else. Yeah, this guy is huge as fuck. Puffy, hey Raccoon, how's my favorite fox spray doing? What? I'm doing fine, by the way. I'm doing amazing. I hope your day is going amazing as well. Washing machine, my worst fear. It's scary. Raccoon, I'm sorry, but I gotta go to my. See, sorry. What the fuck is that supposed to be? Have fun, nonetheless. YouTube. Go back to YouTube. There's like a large difference. Yes, there is. Is August guardable? I forgot. Guardable. Guardable? What is guardable? Saveable, you mean? Yes, it is. But it's very hard to do it. I believe you don't have. There's a lot of stuff. So I'll go for it at some point with the how to save / defeat / find August in the near future. Going flick attack, go ahead and just guard and you'll be fine. Just attack on extra turns. You'll be fine. Okay. We are gonna be starting right now. There's a lot to talk about. So let me get a song for myself. Please make sure, guys, whoever is here, to like the video, to share it around on Twitter, on Facebook, anywhere you can, and to subscribe if you're interested in watching more of my content. But also, remember to become a membership on YouTube and to become a Twitch subscriber if you're on Twitch. I'm gonna just say this only once because I think it's important, but this link that appears in the chat every now and then, it is the tip donation where I will receive money right away if you ever want to just donate something of money to me. If you enjoy my content, that is. And the Discord link is this one if you're interested in being part of it. Because I don't think I'm going to have time to be able to just... I'm not going to have time to be able to just talk about this, either the tipping link or the Discord link. While I'm going through it, I might get too distracted. We'll see. Twitch, if Flame. Funny thing is that it's been almost 25 minutes and we didn't even start. It happens. It happens, man. Rain, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Thank you so much. It's actually been like 11 minutes, actually. Oh, wait, no. Nope. It's been, 11 minutes, actually. Yeah, it's been 11 minutes. Fuck. It's hard. Difficult. Okay. All right. We're going in. Normal mode tier list for enemies. Let's start with this one. We have Doppelganger Tanaka. And I guess we should also find the order of the Tanaka. I don't know if I can find it. I should probably just go like this in the list. But might as well just have the 2 Tanakas here. There's a thing here. How difficult it is for us to find Tanaka in normal mode and how to deal with them to be able to get the soul easily, right? The soul of Tanaka is one of the easiest things to get because he's the only character in the group that gets to a point where you will always find him if you go to a specific area in the game, which is to the left of the start. You will find him just examining bodies and you can easily take him out. There's also a talk option where if you talk to him and then tell him to make peace, he will not attack for 1 to 2 turns. It depends on how you react to it, but you will have an extra turn to be able to rev up as well as just to take out any body part. He's not really that hard to take out, and honestly, he's so is also pretty good because it gives you +1 agility. The +1 agility gives you, if you have 16 agility, you will have an extra turn on every single enemy in the game. Well, most of them, with aside a few differences, which are, for example, the rats, Kaiser, it will be as well. There's a few other enemies that I cannot really recall right now. Oh, like for example, Rare. Rare is gonna have still. It's not gonna allow you to have an extra turn because the eyes of Rare are gonna be faster than you. So this soul is amazing for you to have. It's easy to get him, to defeat him. You don't even have to think about. I've done this fight with my bare fist. Even it's hard to fight with H as Levi guns only. But just go ahead and just take him out. He's just Tanaka, whatever, right? So this guy goes on D tier because of how easy it is. Plus, yeah, it gives you shillings for free, and the more the game progresses, the more shillings you get from him. So if you keep him alive for a while, you can get more money. The doppelganger works the same. So the longer you keep alive the doppelganger, the more money you get. So it is very, very, very useful. And same with this one. Honestly, the same fight, but you're not forced to just seeing him at that specific time in the game. You can always reach him out in after slaying the dog. You know who I'm talking about. So D tier on those two, I would say this one is easier. I don't even know if I'm gonna be like moving like these things around, but right now I would say that this one is easier because you can just get him at a start, and this one is behind the dog. So yeah. Sewjobs. Sewjobs are quite difficult foes to deal with because of the fact that whenever they spawn, there's two things about these guys in normal mode. Whenever they spawn, they freeze your game. I don't know why. Miro has made it so in a way that whenever these guys are on the screen, which is any time that they are appearing for the first time, they have a high chance to crash your game because of how he made it so that they fall from the sky. They don't have a hitbox here while falling, making it deceiving for you to dodge them as well. Until they're on the ground. But I heard a lot of people crash and have their games freezing while these guys appear on screen. So they are very bothersome to deal with because of this thing, first of all. But also making it so that whenever you fight them, you can bribe them with persuasion, with caring, so that they will not fight you for a few turns. But it requires money for you to do that. And you don't want to use any money in these guys at all. Bribing is not something you want to do with your money, ever. Every single head of these guys bites you during that turn, which is going to be 30 hits that are going to be coming up, plus hitting the whole team with an AoE attack that hits everybody, or an attack that will poison one target. All of these are just insanely bothersome because usually you don't have enough damage to remove each head with just normal weapons. You need a proper weapon like a mid mallet, right? Like black steel. It's not easy to deal with these guys. And if you remove the 3 heads, you remove them from being a threat, thankfully. So they are gone forever. But if you don't want to do it, you go for the torso. But the torso has a large V, so it's kind of hard to go through it. It's not easy. So these guys are, because they spawn and they glitch your game, they absolutely stun lock you. They can also crush your game, like I said before. They're also very difficult to fight and move. And it's one of the few enemies in the game, this one, that move differently. These guys always know where you are on the map. So they will always be chasing you where you are. Compared to the enemies that have a tension meter. These guys always know where you are. They will not proc any tension, but they will always be moving towards where you have to go. They are a scary thing. They're not. To this day, I still think that you should use my trick that I have to despawn them If you don't know about it, please, I'm gonna really, how is it called, the video? Oh, Disappearing Tech, I think it is called, on my channel. Let me check real quick so I can tell you exactly the name. Because I don't like them. I don't like dealing with them. I hate them. And I wish it would change. Because their movement is really hard to dodge and you cannot dodge them usually. The way that every single other enemy is made. Despawn Tech, I think it is, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's called Disappearing Enemies at Will. Despawn Tech. Which I show you how to be able to just completely make them disappear forever. And it's a video with 2K views only. So if you guys are interested in checking it out, because a lot of people don't know about it, it will help a lot in just removing this from being a bother. This is the thumbnail, in case you want to look it up. Moving on. This guy, because of how much of a threat they are, because there's like 3 of them in a spot that is very important, I'll have to rank him an A. To this day, I don't like him. Normal, Maso, they are just impossible to deal with. I don't wanna. I will despawn these guys all the time. I don't want to deal with them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They're the worst. They are the worst. Okay, let me move into chat for a second. YouTube, I'm gonna check whatever I can very quickly. Stitch is cooking up the worst things in the Vanguard for real. Exactly, Liam. They are the worst. Hello, Raccoon. Hello, Hawks. Hello, Clayton. Hefley. Welcome to the stream. Peter probably Bobbies. This guy goes on A tier. This guy, I just don't want to deal with him. He is horrifying. I like him. I don't like him. Just despawn him. Because dodging is one of the hardest things when the enemy is not well done about it. Hey, VTuber Gator, putting my boy Tanaka D tier down. His level threat is nothing. What do you mean? It's really useful to slay though. Very useful. Let me check Twitch. Flame, they are annoying to be honest. They're very annoying. I was always explain that you should always just dodge them, to be honest. Or despawn them. Never fight them, ever. Even shooting them is bothersome. I wish you could just shoot 3 times and they die, but they don't. I would just take 1 shot on the pistol on each head, but no, that doesn't work like that. It really sucks. I like Fanboy says, fun fact, when my friend played Fanger 2 the first time, he killed Tanaka, and then when he found the double gun, he thought Tanaka was an angry god. Oh shit. Welcome to the stream, by the way, VTuber Gator. Hope you're amazing. YouTube. Next quick, me pones a mules en ese al toque, perdón. Voy a intentar. Voy a intentar, ojo. Okay. But yeah, like they're scary. But if you have black smoke, like it says here on Turvan Evergan says, if you have black smoke, they're pretty manageable. But the way it is in normal mode is that you would usually not have that much experience with the game, and it's gonna be a difficult playthrough. So I would say A tier, especially when having teammates, because no one has to be kind of for. Will have it so that you have a team, and the teams are gonna jump right into them because they work weird and they don't have an downtime. When you get into a fight with them and you get out of them, they still move. Most enemies do not move once you get away from them in a fight. These guys keep moving, and I hate them. All right, we have Marina next, and Marina normal. What's Marina normal? I'll find her. There she is. Marina Doppel and Marina normal. First of all, let's mark it that Marina is in the train for day 1 until day 1 night. I believe day 1 night. If you haven't slain Henryk, Marina will stay. But if you haven't slain Henryk, the mayor, she will be moving to the mayor's house, where you can recruit her as a friend or fighter. The thing about Marina, we're gonna take into account the first thing first, which is not knowing how to bug the game. Makes it so that she's a really hard, she's a really hard character to take out, because if you attack her while Marco or Tanaka is in the train, they will grab you and they will hold you until day 3 night. So Marina is not an easy target slay. Very difficult target if you don't know what this. If you know what the strat of slaying Marco and then dealing with Marina, she's still difficult because she's able to blind you, which blinding is forever in that spot unless you're playing a stun and you have eyes to regain your sight. Other than that, she's a very difficult foe. But she is extremely important because she comes with meditation, which gives you 2 red points maximum at the start of a fight. So that is very, very important for you as a caster, as a physical character, as anything. Just having your rev up quicker so you can attack twice, do more damage, or have your magic up as soon as you start a fight. Also having engrave, which increases your agility by 5. Usually, I guess, if you're going for God of Your Hunger, right? Which is something that everyone goes. And you have the last skill, which is I always forget the name, I swear. But the one where you mark the floor. Let me look it up real quick. Because I tend to forget about that skill. Let's see. It's called Warding Sigil. That skill is very freaking good and is underused and underappreciated because you mark the floor forever while in that place. As soon as you leave that place, the mark is over. It's over. But if you mark 2 times, you can specifically just body block a Deathmask and you can just shoot him away, or the mob even. You don't have to deal with mob at all. So it's really easy to deal with Marina as a with Warden Sigil, and again you can just take on anything, and you can, well, at best you can have 4 sigils if you're scared of your own movement. I would say because of how difficult it is to take her out, and because of how important it is for her to be slain for a playthrough to go on for a few builds, that is, I gotta say, this is mostly for people who don't know about the strategy of slaying Marco. Alright? The only character that has no difficulty, by the way, I'm gonna talk about this before. The other guy that had no difficulty of taking out Marina is Karen. Because she can just talk and persuade it while she removes both arms before she can do anything. So, because of all this, and she's character dependent to be able to be taken out without any lag involved in the process, I would put her on S tier. She's very difficult to take out. Very difficult to take out. You can get caught by Marco or Tanaka or anyone, or even Daan at last, I think, at times. Just getting caught from a mistake like this, getting blinded, knowing that she's character specific dependent when it comes to skill to be able to take her out, it's very, very hard to deal with her. Blinding is no joke. Getting caught is no joke either. She is not to mess around with. Now, you need to know a lot, to be honest, to take care of Marina. During day 1, morning, afternoon. If you go to day 1 night, you might have less difficulty, maybe going to A tier. But then again, the blinding is still gonna happen because you know what happens? When you fight her, you will not have teammates helping you out. And here's where Doppelganger Marina comes in. Here it is. If you have teammates, which you will have at the time that you find Doppelganger Marina, she becomes a D tier enemy. You can easily take her out because your teammates can just focus on the torso or the arms and just remove her. But as it is, she's a character that is going to be difficult to deal with because you can. I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, I can just take Marina. Oh, yeah, I can just take Olivia. Oh, I can take Marco, whatever, Tanaka." They get grabbed in the train, they lose, or they get blinded, they lose, and it's not a fun experience. So it is not a joke to deal with this thing. S tier is what I will give Marina. She's very difficult to fight without knowledge in normal mode. Alright. Of course, like Fred says here in the YouTube chat, you can kill Marina as soon as you start the game, so you can just restart over and over again. You can do that, right? But that's what I'm saying, right? Is this a no teammate tier list? No, it is a teammate tier list. This is normal. I'm taking into account teammates and solo play as well. But I'm balancing that you will have teammates. And teammates do not help you when fighting an enemy that is a human. Teammates will just watch. That's why it's a 1v1 where you're bound to have a difficult time, that is. Yeah, Marina's hard. It's difficult to deal with her, so she's scary. Moving on. Abella. Abella? Easily S tier. She's found after in the bunker 7, where you can fight right away, and she will confuse you. It is like a stun, but it's a confusion that can be reapplied over and over again without any cooldown. So if you get hit with the righteous once, you're perma CC forever, and you just have to get lucky to hit the head, because if she perma CCs you with the confusion, she sets up a bear trap, and then you lose your legs while you're confused because you need to coin toss. She's just bothersome. She's really bothersome. And the worst thing is that you cannot have allies to fight against her, so you're bound to have Abella solo the whole team. Because of that, I would say she's even stronger than Marina. Because she's very scary. Very freaking scary. Very scary. And you cannot persuade Abella, as far as I know. So S tier threat because of all that she has. The only way I can advise you fighting Abella would be with Black Smoke. But then again, you can just break the game with Black Smoke. So I'm not really going to be taking that into account. I demand a smash or pass tier list, says Vishra. Someday, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in April, April Fool. Who knows? She's scary. And what you get from slaying Abella is a lot. You get a chainsaw. You get the red, which is kind of low here. You get the poison from the heroine sword. You get the fire lantern. You get everything, but just kill her. So she's really good, but she's also scary. Man, she's the hardest one to kill of the humans, I gotta say. Hello, Kiki. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We don't. August. We don't knowledge. August is a really hard character to fight. Very difficult fight, because each time he will be going for a coin toss. However, I'm going to take into account the fact that you read the manual on how to fight enemies with coin tosses. So, having that into account, I will mark August as a D tier. Even low, maybe not as low. Gotta mark this here like this, first of all. August, D tier. There's a lot of people who don't really know about this, but if you guard, oh, thank you Lumiere for the YouTube sub. Welcome, buddy. If you guard with perfect guard on your character, you cannot coin toss guard anything in the game, so you are forced to not be able to coin toss ever again. So if you are using perfect guard, stop using it, because it prevents you from using coin toss guarding. I don't know why, but it breaks it. So August can be guarded and only attacked on extra turn, and he's not a threat at all. So do not think that August is a threat if you read the manual. If you haven't read the manual, he's easily A tier. But because I'm inferring that you know about the manual, you can just easily take him out. He's not a threat. Just have 500 HP on the torso as well, so it's not going to be hard. Even if you fight with a team. Because when you guard only your character in the main line, the first character has to guard for the coin to be ignored. Also, there's a bug going on, which is sometimes, for some reason, the Crow Mauler takes the coin toss attack headshot, which is weird. I don't know why. I have no idea how it works. I haven't been able to replicate it. I wish I could, but it's weird. So, it's important to be able to, yes, AT on YouTube. No point even finding him because his skills are garbage. His skills are really bad. But he's important for ending B and C. Only Brasor in the chat. Wait, why Crowbar headshot attack? He, for some reason, has whenever he is going for a headshot, it's just that the Crowbar has pegged your head for some reason at times, which makes it so you don't take the death. You end up leaving for some reason. It has happened to a few friends. I don't know how when they fail the coin toss. Either that or maybe the coin toss has a chance only to remove your head. Who knows? Let me check the Twitch chat. Hi, how are you? Hope the stream is going good. Doing pretty well, Kiki. I'm doing amazing right now. Hope your day is going amazing too. Okay. Moving to the next one. Bellend. Bellend. Character dependent enemy that can be easily taken out with Karen. If you persuade, the Bellend will give you 2 to 3 turns of abilities where it will not act at all. So if you have Karen with persuade as a main character or the ability of Karen, you will be able to just deal with this easily. It is resistant to physical, but magic just destroys them easily. So this is an enemy that you require to have magic to be able to deal enough damage, or get criticals, or have a chainsaw that will deal percentage damage on them, or any kind of side effect. This thing, it is very scary because in one turn it can 100 to 0 any character who's not prepared to deal with them. If you fail to run against this guy and you're alone, or even if you had a team and someone is not well prepared, they're gonna get one shot. So this guy is scary. This guy is very scary. Mostly as well because if they get you with the firing attack, if they land on you with the firing attack, they will always go first before you. Something you might not know, but yes, they can ruin your game, and you cannot do anything on it. Even Guardian will leave you maybe 10 HP. They are not easy to deal with, and they harden, making them even tankier the more they go through. They are very dependent on you playing a specific way, and because of that, I'm gonna go in S tier. Bellend are scary, very scary. Do not even fight this. If it's possible, if you're not ready, just run away from them all the time. Ababe. Wait, at the Babe. Let me change the song so I can say stuff better. So the Babe. What do we have to say on the Bobby? I've seen so many people struggle with the Bobby. I've seen so many streamers have a hard time dealing with him. It is very in depth what you gotta do to be able to deal with them. Not gonna lie to you, because their mechanic is weird. Because when you think that you finally solve the puzzle and how a Bobby works, you tend to just accept that they're an easy enemy, and then you get killed, and you're like going back to the start or to the save that you got. So let me tell you how it is with the Bobbies very quickly. Character dependent, yes. We have Persuade, which makes it that when you are carrying, you can just make their head stop moving and just attack it and just go ahead for the head and you win. Then you stop on them to be able to stop them from getting up, and then they're free loot for you. However, you have to have teammates. You have to have carrying's ability, and he's not an easy enemy because if you miss the 5% on hitting the head, you're dead. Even if you go with Persuade and Diplomacy, you can miss that 5% and you lose 90% of your HP. If you have a 4-person team, the Bobbies will usually slide their turn through yours as well at some point. So it's not going to be safe for you to go for the 3 arms, expecting them to always be removed before he attacks. Turn order It's weird with 4 people. So you should be careful with that one. They're scary. Now, there isn't a 5%, the head goes down 0. Absolutely no pressure. You can still miss a head's hit to be able to just remove your chance of winning, because I've seen a lot of people, myself included, that have missed the head even though it's stuff moving. So that is bullshit. Número 2. Item dependent. Yes, we have item dependent on Bobby. You have to have a Murky Val, throw it, and you will have a 100% chance to defeat them. 3% chance to miss, even worse. I missed that 3% chance a lot more than you expect. So fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. What is my way of dealing with Bobbies in normal mode? Is I'll give you the easiest way. There's 2 ways. One is the meme way, and the other one is the real way. Removing the arms and just expecting to take damage from turn order is gonna be just fine. Just go for the arms and just expect to always be hit by the torso, because when you remove every single arm and there's no arms on the guy, his torso will be attacking. So make sure to keep the torso stunned while also removing the arms in any kind of way, either with a wrench or a wrench sauce or a mallet. Just keeping the arms removed, keeping the torso stunned at all times has to be the way to deal with them. The other way that you can do it, if you don't have a stun, you can throw 3 glass shards to each arm, and having just then the ability to blind every single glass shard is enough for you to not have to deal with them, thankfully. That is the meme way, by the way. The way that I meme about it. It works somehow, because the chance to apply blinding is high. And I'll give you another one later when we get to Maso mode on how I deal with them. And the way that has been very useful for me. But it is heavily item dependent, heavily knowledge, but it's not character dependent, thankfully. So I'll talk about it later. Morgival will be the only way to just deal with them easily. Now, the best I can give you on this guy, you'll take damage. It's a hard enemy to fight. Third order will fuck you over. So I would say he is A tier, above Sewjobs. They are scary, but there's ways to deal with them with skills, items, and just having a proper full team to be able to deal with them. We're guessing that you're going to be able to just deal with them with a team while suffering a bit on HP wise. Remember to stomp on them. Sorry. I'll talk more about the boys. Don't worry. Dysmorphia. Skill dependent. Very skill dependent. You need Persuade to have her not move for a while you defeat her. Iron dependent. You need Nasra's head to be able to just prevent her hurting from attacking, because each hurting does 50 damage, and if you get hit twice, you die. You need item dependent as well, because you need freaking. You need what is it called? The Purifying Talisman to increase your magic resist, so you take less damage from hurting. You need an armor piece that prevents you from losing your limb. Because Perfect Guard is gonna be a thing that will just backstab you in the end. It's not an easy thing to fight. And because of all this, item dependent, skill dependent, and just RNG dependent at times, if you really want to talk about it, because it's not a fun fight to deal with. Sadly, she's very difficult to fight. Even with a full team. Even with a full team, she's still really hard to fight, because there's 2 arms that are going to be casting hurting at all times. So you need 2 characters that can stand right away, or just accept the fact that you're going to lose a limb. Because of this, I'll put her on S tier. She's difficult to deal with. Item dependent, skill dependent. She deals a lot of damage. She can one turn any character because of that 50 damage each hit. You have a chance to dodge the hurting, but I'll give you the following. There's no way to increase that dodge chance. You cannot bob and weave magic in this game. Most of it, at least. And you cannot glass shard or black smoke any of her attacks. So you're always just struggling to survive. She's not fun. She ain't fun. Will someone say she's joke? Yes, but that's what it is. You need something, and you need them to reduce damage from hurting. She's S tier, sadly. She requires a lot from the player. Chaugnar. If it were for me, I'm gonna suppose that you have a full team to deal with Chaugnar. Okay, let's suppose that you have a full team. Okay, and you're gonna be doing for the torso. 100% of the time, if you go for the torso with a full team that is prepared to be able to deal with most of the game, like 4 weapons, like for example 4 mid mallets or maybe 2 mid mallets, 1 black freaking steel, and maybe a knife. Going for the torso will remove her from existing the first turn that you have, so she's taken care of. You can also use black smoke to blind her. Her sound, her no sound that she does. If she does it twice, you die, but you can remove her before that happens. You need to have a helmet that prevents loud noises to be able to not get your head blown as well in the second turn if you're fighting alone. But right now we're guessing that you have a team. She is not a threat to anyone who's prepared. She is not easy either for anyone who will choose to focus any other limb but the torso. What criteria do you use which tier an enemy goes to? We're using normal mode enemies right now, we're talking about, where you have a full team and you don't have much of the knowledge of item slash skill base on characters. So right now it's up to you as a person who really doesn't know much about the game to just go against Chaugnar. If you go for the torso, you will remove her right away. So Chaugnar in normal, despite her damage being super high, her HP being very low, I would say it's 500 on the torso. I have to put her a B tier, sadly. B to C tier slightly. Because she's really easy to deal with, but if you focus anything but the torso 2 turns in a row, you will lose a character. There's a coin toss that doesn't happen in the first turn ever, so that's not something to worry about. If you guard, well, you have the status effect of the Fecal Hound at the effect, which is nausea. You will take even more damage. There's a few things here and there, but she's not really that scary. I would say B tier. For now, I'll leave her B tier because people struggle, but she's not that hard. This thing now. The nausea effect, having it apply it, if you guard while fighting a Fecal Hound, you will die because they deal double damage. But they're really not that difficult to deal with. Their HP is low to go for the torso, so a full team will not really have that much of a difficulty. And rivals are able to just remove them as well. So if you want to do that, you can easily do that. Not really. He's not really that difficult, to be honest. I would say for a full team, item knowledge as well, and just dealing with them with just one pistol shot as well. Pretty easy because they can be taken care of with just one shot of the pistol, if you didn't know. So they're pretty easy. Skill dependent, let's say, well, character dependent, I guess, guns. Item dependent as well. They're easy. They're pretty easy to deal with. So if you want to deal with a normal with a full team or 3-team party, they're pretty easy. So let's put him at C tier right now. Because they could be a threat at dealing damage, but they're not gonna just kill you ever. Unless you guard. Let me check on Twitch. Whip Smart McCoy. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. What up, what up, what up? How you doing? Today's hot take strongest weapon in Slugger Termina. Extremely strong. The amount of ammo you get to be able to deal with Fecal Hounds, it's just amazing to be honest. They're just free heads at this point. This thing. I forgot their name actually. The one next to the Platoon. I might as well just put the Platoon as well next to it. To them. So what do we do with this chew? What do we do with this chew? I forgot. It's Sylvian Trooper. There you go. I got it. I remember as soon as you typed it. Placing Chaugnar in V0 is a crime. She's not hard if you have a full team, which is a good thing. But if you play her on Maso mode, I have a lot to talk about on it. So when we get to Maso mode, she will be ranked higher. Let me check Twitch. Final count the stream. All mere bless you with empty scroll raccoon. Thank you so much, Termina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing amazing, buddy. Good to have you here. Platoon and Sylvian Trooper. Sylvian Trooper works in a way that they're not difficult to deal with, and they're just there to summon the coin toss in the third turn, I believe it is. Third to second turn. I don't remember what it is. I made a video about it at one point on how to deal with Platoon. I believe second to third turn, she will always summon, or he will always summon the coin toss from Platoon. So they are not something to ignore, but they're not a threat that will showcase the fact that they are the main damage. Now, this thing, it's not difficult to deal with at all. There's one thing as well, which is if you remove them from the fight as soon as you start the fight in turn one, she or he completely removes the existence of Platoon. So Platoon disappears from the fight. You won't even get to see Platoon. So because of this, and because of how they are able to just remove a very dangerous foe from the field, they are D tier. At this point, you will have enough time to one-shot them as soon as you start. So they're more of a useful enemy to fight than anything. Platoon, on the other hand, here's what it gets scary. Platoon is a very difficult foe because they have a chance to do a coin flip. They have a lot of, I think it's 10k HP. The coin flip will one-shot whoever is marked, which if it's not the main character who... if you have the main character without any protection, they will get one-shot. Even guarding, most of the time. But if you pheromone any character, they will be getting one-shot instead of you. You can bob and whip, dodge the coin stack. So there's not about it. You cannot blind this thing at all. So this thing is scary. You are in a timer where you have to quickly remove them. You can easily item dependent destroy this guy with hard and hard. So if you want to just deal with them easily, just buy the hard and hard, which is 99 shillings. But then again, item dependent. Very item dependent. So it is a difficult foe. Because of how to this day it's still hard for a few of us to deal with him, Platoon goes on S tier. They're not... They're probably stronger than Dysmorphia, to be honest. And stronger than Bellend. They're hard as hell. They're very difficult. The best way to deal with this guy, remove the Sylvian Trooper as soon as you can from the field, or get a hard and hard. They're not easy. They're really worth them to fight. I'm surprised you put the balance so high, to be honest. They are very, very skill dependent, item dependent. They come and just one-shot most of your characters, or do a lot of damage, giving you a very low HP if you're not able to just know that you can persuade them. They're not an easy target to deal with. Plus, if they land on you with the spear attack, they will have the turn before you. They're not easy to deal with. You have to take into consideration when you fight Platoon, you have the items you need by the time you reach them. Yes and no. You can easily not have the hard and hard. I've seen a lot of people that don't have the hard and hard, and they want to restart the game because of that. They even drop the game when I tell them that they need to have a heart to be able to not deal with it. Or pheromone, they don't have pheromones. There's a few things. So guarding will not prevent you the coin flip, and guarding most of the time doesn't make it so that you will survive. So yeah, they're scary. Caligura. They're the highest threat in D tier so far. They have a very low chance to stand. I don't even know if they have a chance to stand you, to be honest. Caligura has 500 HP and torso. Doesn't do much. Doesn't have a coil flip. It's a human that is no one is gonna protect them, even to the point that they can even be fought with a full team, I believe, because their intentions usually go against what it is. Flavio XCX, thank you so much for the Twitch sub. Why is the Fecal Hound so oversized? I don't know. That's how it is in the game. So you get it like this. Caligura, useless. Very useless enemy to fight because of how weak they are. The abilities allow you to have steal, which is pretty freaking good. But then again, they're easy to fight, and no one cares about Caligura whenever you fight Caligura. So it is good that they are such an easy target. Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan 12, thank you so much for Twitch follow. Sorry. Yeah, I'll put it. Caligura is on D tier. Very easy to deal with. You don't have to think about it. It's not item dependent. It's not skill dependent. So it's whatever. Even solo, this fight is easy. And you tend to go and just rush Caligura as soon as you start the game with Abella, if you know what you're doing. Pocketcat. I used to say Pocketcat was S tier because they can stun lock you for a long time. Also, you need limb protecting gear to survive the arm and legs removal. Nowadays, I think differently. You can blind this cat with a glass shard, with black smoke, anything like that, easily, making it skill/item random. But at the time that you get to a point, you will have items that will blind the Pocketcat, so it's not gonna be that hard. Pocketcat, while it is true that they're gonna be stun locking you forever, they will not be that difficult, and you can just throw 4 glass shards if you are into just fighting them with as much care as possible, and you can have armor protecting gear at the museum as well, having just 100% chance to get that armor that prevents you from losing gear, arm or legs. So because of that, Pocketcat being low damage as well, and pretty much being late game where you will have everything, he's D tier as an enemy. He's very easy to deal with, and you will not struggle with him. Also, your friends will help you, so this is really good. Skyster, thank you so much for following Twitch. Thank you. Skyster, también te habla español. Sí, hablo español, man. ¿Cómo andas? ¿Todo bien? ¿Qué onda? Wrench 2 S++. Yeah, it is. Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan 12. I think that Pocketcat is the most weirdo character in Fanger. It is fucking weird. Arrow's Wreck, S tier for being a gentleman. I wish I could put him higher, but the game gives you everything to deal with him. And thankfully you will have enough knowledge to deal with him. Hopefully. One reason why you don't want to kill this guy, free Pokemon alignments. Do not kill this guy. If you kill this guy early in the game, or if you deal with spoiler character, he will be gone forever. So that's scary. Samo Snake runs counter Pocketcat. Yeah, exactly. Or the museum itself where you fight Pocketcat, you have the pieces that prevent your arms and legs from being removed. So right away you get everything. I wish I could rank it higher, but I can't. Centaur. I'm gonna just go ahead and just get the other guy. Where's the other guy? Where's the other thing? I'm gonna find him. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to go through it one by one. Where are they? Where are they? I gotta find the carrying moves coach. There they are. I wanna put them two together because I wanna tell you something about this. What do these two have in common? As far as I know, as far as I felt, Centaur is item dependent because you will need a lot of heals and armor that makes it so you survive the attack. skills that you can blind, but you cannot blind anything. You can even stun lock this guy. So it's a rush of that you will need to just remove them as quickly as possible. And they have a lot of HP. Yes, if you remove a specific body part, like a leg, they will only have a few attacks and it's not gonna target your whole team. So there's a few things you can do to be able to combat this, but they are scary as fuck. What kind of tier list is this? This is normal mode for when you have teammates and you know some about the game, but not a lot. Centaur and the Mood Scourge of Karen. You know what they have in common? Which I believe has been publicly announced. They do not respect the fact that you're blocking. What am I saying by this? If you guard against Karen, if you guard against Centaur, the damage that you're taking will not be changed because your turn ends before guard is in effect. So they will always be doing 100% damage. No matter what you do, you need an armor for this too. Because of this, and because they're a team wiper, I honestly cannot see anybody who's a normal player, who knows a little bit about the game, who has every single thing in the game, be able to know how to deal with them properly. So Centaur host is Baba Booey, thank you so much for this $541 donation. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be eating that money now. Thank you, buddy. Highly appreciated. Thank you. This shit horrifying. It's badly programmed. So yeah, I've seen other people get team wiped, and it's funny, but at the same time, it's very bothersome knowing that your guard didn't take into account. This thing also still the same. You cannot guard it. You gotta rush it. But you will have a team full of people, and you will usually have enough time to be able to stun lock the specific characters that are gonna be attacking you. Well, also, the legs, well, the feet, I guess, the claws of this character of Mood Scourge Karen will not be dealing that much damage to you compared to other characters. So you will take some damage, but you want to be able to just remove them in the second to third turn. So because of this, I will have to keep her over here in B tier, even though you cannot guard. She is a threat, but not so much. So she's going to be staying here for us. Deathmask. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing before I move into Deathmask. This thing, if you're playing Olivia, you can fight her anytime in the game, use the poison of Condensed Hemlock, and you will never die against her. And she will die in the second turn. So you can do that if you want. That's a cool trick. I might make a video about it someday. Who knows? Deathmask. The thing, because of the factor of jump scare that's gonna happen for new players, because he is item dependent on blinding, and then again you're still gonna lose limbs because their attacks cut limbs. Because he is also skill dependent on black smoke and stuff like that. He is freaking scary. He's not a thing that you want to deal with. He will scare you. He will have a really hard time being dealt with, and he will always be there. People usually leave them alone and they don't even deal with them. They come back and then they find that there's a deathmatch that they left behind. You can bear trap them to keep them there forever, but they will always be there. They're gonna be a constant threat to you seeing them stuck there. Because of all the trauma and fear that this guy just applies on you existing, while it isn't a hard fight at all, once you know you can shoot up this guy with a shotgun, or choose sniper this guy to remove each of the arm, or bear trap, or booby trap into a shotgun, you need knowledge. And they're gonna scare you, and they're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time with dealing with this shit. So because of this, S tier. Even higher than Dysmorphia, even higher than the Bellend. I would say it goes here. because you're gonna. This is the guy. This is the image of Fear Hunger Termina. If you see this guy, he is the reason why Fear Hunger Termina will probably catch your eye, because this is in the Steam forum of Fear Hunger 2. And the image of this guy just staring at you in the darkness while having Black Caleb as your ally. It's not a good image to give you. And yeah, the noise he makes, it's just insane. We have the mob, but first we might as well cover the other two guys before covering the chainsaw guy. I would love to find them if I can. We have one here. And let me check if I can find the other guy. This guy, alright. So, first of all, you're gonna find the sniper guy. The sniper guy is gonna be found to the right of the start of the game, and he's gonna be the reason why you're gonna get a jump scare. Also, probably gonna be getting one shot by him at the start of the game. He's a threat when it comes to new players because you will usually find them alone. You will try to take them out. You will take a lot of damage. You will probably even lose your game to them at some point. And they're not really easy to deal with if you're alone. If you have a full team, they are just complete useless. And skill dependent could be a thing that can happen since you can just blow their head off with just black smoke, but you can just do that with any enemy. Or Murky Val their head as well, easily. They're scary. They have times where they will not do anything, which is very, very important for you to just relax. But they are scary. So you should be careful with this. I would say, because also you can just persuade for them to not attack, they're also skill dependent in a way. Alone against a 3 to 4 to even 2 player party, you can just range to the torso and then hit their torso with another attack and they die. Honestly, this guy goes on C tier here because they're able to do a lot of damage if you make a mistake. But they're not really that difficult. They're positioned in a way that will be shooting you before even being able to attack them. So you will have a hard time dodging their attacks if you don't want to attack them. And if you leave them be and let them roam the map on the right next to the train, they can always shoot you while you're moving around. Which is something that no one does. Only happened to me for some reason. They're scary. They can deal 80 damage to a character with critical shot if you don't have any armor. They're kind of scary. But sit here nonetheless, because they're easy to deal with a team. This guy has too much HP. Too much HP. The Death Mallet guy, has too much HP on the torso, on the arms, and the only way to deal with them is to remove the crutch thing, the mallet, I guess, to be able to make them lose balance. So even if you remove the legs, you're still gonna get tricked into not seeing that their head is able to be hit. Because if you use a bird trap, you cannot hit their head. You cannot hit the head. You're gonna miss. So because of the trick and a few more, and because they deal a lot of damage with the mallet on their hand and the mallet on the body mallet, right? They're tough to deal with. I'm debating between C and B tier because they are a threat to any player who think that the head can be attacked as soon as they bear trap. And they also run. And you know what? I'm gonna put it on B tier because they're coin toss. If they run towards you, they will initiate a coin toss attack. And the coin toss attack will more than likely leave you at very low HP on normal. Or it might even kill an ally who's not prepared. They're not fun. And there are 4 variations of where this guy can spawn. So you have 4 places where he will be a threat to you running towards you, but there's only one of them that's going to show up. So there's that. Now that we covered these 2, the mob. Why is the mob S tier? It is skill dependent to black smoke them and blind them. It is item dependent with glass shards. It is skill dependent again with Abella range toss or any kind of stunning ability. So they are not able to do anything. The first one that they attack, this thing, and this thing do enough damage to just remove any ally who's being focused. While the attack of itself of this guy might leave you at 5 HP, you will be followed up with an attack. No way you can survive. And the way that they spawn in the game, they're not easy to deal with. And they will glitch your game, staying with the Sewjobs. They will either crash your game or get your game frozen. So they're not a fun thing to deal with. They are one of the best fun fights in the game, though, if you're going to talk about it. You're going to have a lot of fun fighting them up once you're prepared. But if you're not prepared and you're a new player, you will lose your game and you will just not have a fun time. It's not going to be easy. Let me read the chat for a second. YouTube, Nasser, hello, welcome to the stream. The Card Postman, welcome, how's it going? What's up? Welcome, buddies. I don't know if I miss anybody else. I'm sorry. There's a lot of text, but I don't like missing other people. I'm so sorry. Hello, Afri. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Oh yeah. One thing that can happen is you can rot the mob and then it becomes this guy, but it is a glitch and it requires again skill dependency. So we don't really take that into account as much as we can. Is this right with difficulty? Yes. Their loot, the chainsaw to be able to the bench grinder. It's very important for you to craft with a physical character, but they're very fucking scary. I will put him on S tier. Here, over here. Very scary. And again, they glitch your game. They start your game, and it's freaking impossible to deal with them with a very bad computer. So it will be hard. Marina, Scorch Marina. Wait, what's the difference between Marina and Doppel Marina? So the difference between Marina and Doppel Marina is that in this one you fight with a team, and in this one you fight alone. Same here, you fight alone. So she's able to blind somebody because it's only yourself as the main character who's trying to deal with, expecting your whole team to attack. This thing. Depending on what the engraving she goes for, if you go for anything but Grogoroth, you're gonna have an easy time because Grogoroth is very, very hard. Has Black Orb, hurting. Hurting will remove a limb and that's 50 damage. Black Orb will one-shot you most of the time. Murgival will remove her right away. Yes, but you gotta remove the head. She's a troublesome fight. Very troublesome fight. Very weird. But if you can remove her turn 1, she's gone. They are one of the few fights that I gotta say, they're not hard, but I never had the opportunity for me to test fully. Yeah, anything but Grogoroth. Before, if you have Grogoroth, you're gonna struggle. Binushka, God of Fear and Hunger, they're not that hard, thankfully. Because of this, and because I don't have much of knowledge to be able to fight this thing in a proper way, because they're not something that I struggle with or I have been in positions where I fight her with a full team, I'm gonna have to put her on C tier. Because she's easy, and by that time that you fight her, you will have at least one more kill yet again. And if you don't, you just go for the head and you win, or you just go for Durso and you tend to have enough damage to just remove her. It's a weird fight. Very weird fight. But I gotta say, I'm not frightened by her. This guy. New players. New players against this thing. New players. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You know where he goes? You know where he is? Look at this shit. Look at this guy. For a new player, even with a full team, Crimson Father will remove your game. Will send you back to the start of the game. Or where you saved. Because if you have a character that has enough damage, or even if you don't have, if your character that is controlled by this guy, he will kill everybody, including themselves. Because the way that Confusion works on that one, like mind control, I guess, is they have been mind controlled. They attack for 3 turns or until they're hit. So during that time, you will be hitting yourself or your allies, and you can negatively crit yourself and then die to your own critical So you will lose your game without knowing what the fuck happened because how this is done. And while that happens, they do a lot of damage as well, so it's not easy. And the more allies you have, the harder it is to run away from them. And they freaking were added the opportunity to run. So not only they were hard to deal with them before, but they can run now. They can run towards you. And you cannot just you can probably glass shard with 4 allies on the head, but it's overkill and it's to the point item dependent or black smoke. But then again, you get mind control once, you die. You lose your whole team. You lose your whole team. You have no way of healing the mind control in time. So no. They are not to fuck with at all. They are to be ignored. The only way to properly deal with them is to double tap them with a shotgun in the overworld, and that's it. But then again, it goes back to item dependent / knowledge that you need. They are very fucking scary. Very scary. Daan. Even when you fight Daan alone at that place where he's in investigating the body, and also at the moldy apartment, he's not really that hard. He comes with that ability that the chairs have, which hits you once, marks you with blood, and then you hit again and you end up at 1 HP. Because of this, and because of how easy it is to fight them, and they're not really a threat most of the time, they can grab you and hold you for day 3 night if you bring them all the way back to the train. But at that point, there's a lot of things that you gotta do to be able to just get to that point. And then again, you're just getting a teammate just to kill them later. That's kind of hard to rate. They're not item dependent. They're not skill dependent. You cannot even persuade them. Daan, we're putting next to Pocketcat. Even lower, actually. Even lower. I would say we're gonna put Daan next to Tanaka. Like here. Or here. They're not a threat, sadly. I wish they were more of a threat than anything. He also has a chance to apply critical state, which is not even 100%, which in my opinion, he should have it a higher chance, 100%. I wish I could put him higher, but I can't. I wish I could put him next to Vega, but even Caligura makes a bigger appearance than him. I don't know. I feel like he needs more because he doesn't even have a chance to stand. He's not a doctor or a fighter. He's a doctor but a fighter. I guess so, yeah. D for Daan, exactly. D for Daan, straight up. Father Hugo. Father Hugo. I've seen a lot of people struggle with him because of how he can just one-shot anybody once he has their clothes off. Because of this, one trap that can happen if you're not prepared enough, he could be an issue at times. And there's a lot of people, and don't deny me this, okay? There's a lot of people in the chat right now and in the comments below when this video goes live that don't even fight for Hugo. They just shoot him. They just shoot him. They shoot 10 sniper shots. They shoot 8 shotgun shots. And they shoot, I believe it is 16, 17 pistol shots to remove them from being a threat. A lot of people don't fight Father Hugo. They don't like him. So because of this trauma that is going on, he is A tier, in my opinion. He is an enemy that has troubled a lot of people, and a lot of people don't want to fight Father Hugo. Normally, they want to fight with guns. And I'm one of those people that don't want to fight it normally because I fight with Murky Vials in Mastermind. But we'll move into that later. Because O'saa has a hard time with Father Hugo, a really hard time. Is there any point in fighting him in normal mode? Absolutely not. You don't have a reason, to be honest. You can have a coin toss chest and a bookshelf, and that's it. Because the door that he protects can just be broken for a soulstone and the hexen, so it's not really that hard. He is a person that is highly pushed away from being fought. No one likes fighting this thing. So anyone who's in the comments and who's in chat who has fought them and hasn't had any hard time, I commend you because he is has been and will be an enemy that we struggle to fight and we don't want to ditch him. We don't want to deal with him. He's not hard, mind you. But that initial reaction that we had, we hate him. So A tier. Plus he goes nude, I hate him. This guy. The Flaming Trooper, who the fuck the name is. I don't fucking know what it is. What's his name? Sylvian Trooper? No, Trooper something. Troopma. There you go. The Troopma. Troopy. Flame Trooper. There you go. That guy. The Flame Trooper guy. Listen, okay? There's a feeling. There's a feeling to having your whole run suddenly just die from something that the game has not even been using the whole time. You know that feeling when you step on a mine? You know that feeling when you step on a mine for the first time by accident and your heart sinks in? When you step on a Vertam, you're like, but you can continue playing. This guy has the same feeling, all in a mine / Vertam. But the feeling about it is that it takes a while for you to accept that your game is over. And if it's put at the end of the place where you cannot save, you will more likely run into a position where you haven't saved for 1 hour, at least. Yes, they can be shot with a sniper to remove their arm from being able to just burn you. Yes. They can be easily fought. When you get into a fight, they cannot burn you forever. They do damage to you, and that's it. But that initial reaction of getting burnt and losing all your progress, S tier. I would say next to the Deathmask. He is phobia that has sunk deeply in me, and I don't want to remember. So for a new player, even with 4 people, that guy, he's not even item or skill dependent. He's just for you to just know that he's just gonna remove you from playing the game, and he's just gonna remove 1 hour. Same with the pitfalls traps, for example, in the forest. The mayor, Henryk. We have this guy who is a difficult foe for new players because most people will make a mistake of just answering wrong and they will have to force fight into them, losing quite some time in their playthrough. So there's some plus here and there. He is skill dependent in a way that if you have Karen, you can persuade and just win against him easily because you make them not be able to attack for 2 turns, which is a lot. Item dependent, you can blind them easily if you can, but only in the limbs and on the head, as far as I know. This guy, Mayor, for a new player, he is going to be the first time that they fight a Moonscorch, and it's going to be one of the weirdest thing ever because they don't know who it is, what is going on, why they're friendly, and they will give trust issues. This thing, first playthrough, kinda 4 people, 3 people. He's not difficult to deal with. He's just confusing. And if you keep Marina in your party, when you want to fight this guy, it's going to be 1 less party member because Marina is not going to be able to help you out when fighting the mayor. She's going to be way too scared to fight him, sorry. This guy, because of all you just said right now, he is C tier, but he is a commendable foe because of the fact that he is able to remove your limbs. He's able to one-shot any character, that's what you have. Turn order gets a bit messy as well with 4 to 3 people, so it's kind of hard. But he's done in a way that puts more confusion in the game than anything, of how he's friendly, how he makes you feel like you are not dealing with him because you have to, but just because he's just an enemy around that just tends to just be friendly with you if you can. The story ends when you talk to them once, so it's kind of weird and deceives you into not knowing who he is. So he is C tier at best. I forgot the name of this guy in their Scorch form. Titan, I think it is, or Giant, something like that. Titan or Giant. Marcos Moonscorch. Giant, got it. Okay. Giant is able to have a it has a lot of HP in, I believe it's in the head. No, it's in the torso, right? I think it was since I checked this actually. Let's just say that this guy can break your bones, reducing your damage you're gonna be doing for physical damage for the whole playthrough unless you heal it. And breaking your bones, reducing your max HP for a little bit. Not that much. But making sure that you cannot deal your full damage with physical attacks. It's a very, very bothersome thing that can happen. And honestly, not able to be dealt with properly. I check here right now, by the way. The head has 1,200 HP, and the torso has 4,250. So he is an enemy that if you focus the torso by accident, you will have a long fight while having your bones broken, or having a coin toss attack in the third turn as well. His damage increases the more the fight goes on, so he is hard. Skill dependent because you need to blind. Item dependent because you need to blind as well, and weapon as in gun dependent because you can just shoot them over and over again. And no one here, yet again, I'm gonna be betting again, chat and comment section. Nobody fights this guy normally. We all shoot him. We all shoot him to death, and we don't deal with him. Fuck him. I hate him. We hate him. We all hate him, guys, right? So because of this, he gets to be near Father Hugo, being a very difficult foe that if taken lightly, he will remove at least two party members of your team. So yeah. We have, oh wait, this guy don't exist here actually, never mind. We have the two hands of logic, and we have logic as well. Where is logic? There she is, Rayla. Who's your favorite Mooscourge form? My favorite Mooscourge form, AT, is Levi. I love the sniper as well because of the sound design, and because it just feels amazing to just see them after a while, and you just wonder what happened. There is this fight that you can have Mooscourge wise, but man, I love them. They're a really good boy as well. So creation and intervention. I don't even know what it says there. But yes, this thing. We're gonna be putting the hands first in each place. This is able to heal 250 HP with Loving Whispers, and that's all it does. This thing is low tier, D tier. This is able to have your HP exploded as soon as you fight her. With Black Orb, she can have hurting that will remove a limb, which doesn't do much, but 50 damage is 50 damage. And she has an attack which is like flame attack. Like she has combustion, but combustion is not probably well programmed, so it doesn't do any damage. The thing, if you don't kill Rayla fast enough, this is an S tier enemy that you have to deal with as soon as you see it. And Rayla itself, now I just noticed something. I'm missing out logic on the first turn. We could have the same enemy being logic / Rayla. This thing, let's just say that this is logic, right? Right? You're missing logic? Shit. Let's just think that this is logic, okay? That moves into Rayla later. Or into the open version, right? If it were to logic for a new player, you will have Murgival at one point to be able to just proc fire on every single body part, and you will notice that this thing burns for a heck of a lot of damage. Because of this, and because the fight is at the end where you don't care about who's living and who's not, this fight is really easy. Because the second turn, where it is that you're going to be using Murgivals, you will get lucky most of the time. And you will use 1 to 2 Murgivals to remove all the generators from exploding. And she will not be able to reach the second turn where these hands are going to appear. She's not that hard. She's not affected by armor. So if you have armor, you're not going to be reducing damage. She is affected by guard, so you can guard the attacks. But she's not that difficult to deal with, honestly. She's just there. I would say you will get lucky enough that you will be like, wait a second, there's a second phase of Rayla? There's a second phase of Logic. Like, what the fuck? That's going to happen. Or it has happened already, where you have done the fight of Logic without knowing that there's a second phase, thinking it's only Maso mode. Because of this thing, she is a threat, yes, but she's going C tier. Okay? And also she's a late in fight. Well, going into it a bit more, like the red arc attacks are not really that scary if you're to keep yourself healthy, and you will easily just leave one or two characters dead at this point, and you will still win the game. So no one cares about having party members at the end. It is the final fight. It doesn't matter. Limbs are also not important, thankfully. But yeah, really easy fight. You're gonna have an easy time fighting if you're very enough. Dogo. Little Dogos. The game will not tell you. This is the first of the few enemies that will deceive you, actually. The game. Because you will be going for the legs, thinking that you can just remove the legs and then have them not attack anymore, but they will continue attacking. They have no head. And the game will trick you into making a mistake. The game will be like Moonless in a way as well. If you play Fecal Hound, you can feed them, and that will give you some experience in knowing that they will not attack anymore. But they don't work the same way as Moonless. If you feed them, attack them, and feed them again, they will attack. The way to deal with this thing is feed twice, attack, and then rev 3 attack, and they die. But you will be taking some damage, you will be poisoned. And here's the thing. The poison effect is gonna last as long as you find a white vial. And as a new player, you will have only 1 to 2 party members. Sorry, 1 to no party members, actually, when you encounter these things for the first time. And there's 2. Poison will remain on you until you remember where white vials exist. So because of the poison effect being something that will lower your HP to 1, it's not going to help much against this fight. And this thing is gonna be lowering your HP to 1. I will put this thing on A tier because of the poison effect. If it didn't have poison, I would just put it on B tier. But because of the poison, I've seen a lot of people just get poison and they don't even know how to heal it. Especially with the more money you have. The other white balance though, yes, but as a new player or as a player that knows some about the game, you don't really know where the white balls are. If you know where the white balls are and you know where you're going, I will put this guy on C tier. But the knowledge of people is usually, I don't know where the white balls are. I know some of the game, not that much. So, you know? Yes, you can give rotten meat. But when do you attack? That's the thing. You're going to get poisoned if you are not doing a proper job at it. And there's 2 times they're going to fight him. But yes. I don't think I can add any images without completely destroying the tier list right now. So I don't think I'm going to add anything right now. Just saying. Oof, I kind of want to leave you down away, honestly. You're scary to talk about. Henryk. C tier. Even strong. No, actually, he's B tier. Why is he B tier, guys? Does anyone know why? I'll give you why he's Henryk and he's B tier. He's the highest torso HP character in the whole cast. He comes with extra turn on their hand that will make it so that they attack twice. He is going to also be for 1 versus 1 with you, and you will not have an ally helping you out until they hit the Cuckoo Kachu. I think it's hard for fun on Twitch, buddy. Thank you. Welcome in. Daddy, where's the washing machine gonna be? We'll see. I don't know yet. Henryk can destroy you easily. Henryk will destroy you. Henryk is one of the hardest characters, human form. Aside for a few of them, they're gonna be having a hard time deal with because they extra turn on their hand. Their torso being higher HP than what you're expecting, and you find them really early. They're not easy to deal with. This guy is scary. You also the one you will not find him. It's really hard to have this guy either alive or scorched. So this guy is just a B tier, honestly. He's hard to catch. Then Caligura just one shot. Yes, exactly. Just makes no sense. Fuck this game. Soldier guy. This guy, he's a threat. How much? C tier threat. The moment you get into a fight with this guy, you get a coin toss attack. The soldier, as soon as you get into a fight, and you're gonna shoot this guy, by the way, your shots go through this guy. So the moment you get hit with this guy, you take so much damage. I would say 36 or so damage from a coin toss. And the fear that happens with the point blank shot, yes, is very, very high. So this thing, boresome, and it will make you walk into a mine by an accident, and they will always go first before you. So very high threat because of how he appears, and you don't even have the time to guard to prevent the coin toss. The fear is in you when you fight this guy. They're not a threat, but they're scary. Inquisitor, S tier. I would even put him higher than the Bellend. Yeah, over here. Inquisitor S tier. Stronger than a Bellend, not strong as a mob, sadly. Why is Inquisitor scary? Their movement is weird, not to the point of Sewjobs. They move weird though, but they respect your pathing, and if you run away from them, you can still move around. The thing about this guy is that they can remove a limb from you. They can call a Bobby, which they will. And they can black smog you, making it so you will be blinded forever. Nobody here in chat or in the comments below can say that they fight them normally. Everybody shoots them. So it is item dependent in the way that you need a gun. You need to two-shot them or just sniper shot the heck out of them to deal with them. They're really boresome to deal with, and they are not fun. I don't like fighting them normally. I will not ever. Hate him. 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 We hate him. The sound they make is panic inducing. Exactly. A lot of stuff here that's gonna just be destroying your game. And as a new player, you don't know that you can save in pre-heal up. So there's that as well. This guy, there's a threat to this guy, but he's gonna be put in D tier for now. If you lose your arms and your legs in the tutorial, you lose the game. By that time, you just started the game. It doesn't really matter. Or you can put a sour taste in your mouth if you end up losing so early in the game. Or it can make you laugh. So it depends on how you're gonna react to this. They will not be a threat after you find them at some point if you are. So, like, they're just there. I will say, like I said before, they're a weird feeling. Oh, give me a second, guys. Un segundo. Sorry, I had to sneeze. They are a threat to any player because if you lose both flames, you will not be able to move. But it's the game teaching you that the game is gonna be unfair with you sometimes, and especially if you fight as Olivia, you will lose both arms, and you're gonna move anymore. You lose the game. So because of low tier stuff, and because it could make you feel angry about it, it's at the highest D tier so far that we have right here. It's just weird. Judgment. Tanaka's Moonscorch. This body. This guy. I gotta say, because the chance of being able to blind you forever, he is a threat. Yes, you can shoot him to remove him from the field. Yes, you can do that. You can also just, you know, just glass shard the arm that's gonna, or the head. The aim is gonna blind you, or the head to blind it for it to not blind you. You can also have Bodyguard save next to it, so you can just save your game before if you haven't killed X character. This thing is a gamble if you're gonna be fighting normal way. Most people don't know you can shoot this guy. But if you get blinded, you lose a game. And depending on how much time you spend, this thing is gonna be scary. And because of the blindness being a high tier status effect that's gonna happen to you, I'm gonna have to put in over here. Yes, there are ways to cure blindness, but they require you to use a skill, which you're gonna be able to just depend on specific skills, or go to a circle of Sylvian, or get caught by needles, which is nowhere near this guy at all. This guy is skill dependent, item dependent. He is not someone you can deal with easily. He is the definition of, yes, abusing glass, exactly. Abusing glass shards, exactly. This shit, no fun. Neos near judgment? Absolutely not. It's not true. I will, you know what? Pred, ask anybody. You get one person who tells me how to leave the museum being a new player while blinded, and I am gonna be here waiting for you to find a single person who can do that. Has to be a new player or someone who knows slightly about the game. You find one person who can leave the museum while blinded. Listen to the floor sound. Why, Wayne? I remember when Wayne was blinded by that one guy when we were doing Wilchless Olivia. He was like, I can hear the sounds of the floor, man. I can feel them. They're talking to me. And they know. They tell me that I have to be going this way. Oh my god, dude, that's amazing. I love him so much. It could be true, but I didn't go through that ever in my 550 hours. I love it though. That's such a good detail, to be honest. Kaiser. We got Kaiser here. Kaiser. I can barely do it while I can see exactly with Smart McCoy. Exactly. It's a horrifying place. Can leave you normally? Yeah. I know. It's scary. Imagine being blinded. Kaiser is a fight that is underwhelming at best. Losing legs or arms against this fight is just whatever, to be honest. It's next to the final boss fight, so you don't really care much about it. And his HP is very low, and you will have a way of you to either blind him by accident or just one-shot him in a way. Because a full team can do a lot of damage to just keep him still. And if you are a person who knows how to play the game and you see a blade, you will stun the blade, or you blind the blade. So yeah. He's not a threat. I wish he was stronger because his theme that you fight him with is amazing. And to this day, I still feel like the theme is the one that carries the whole thing of the fight. So because of the theme, because of how easy it is, I'm gonna have to leave him here. I cannot move him from here. She's very easy to the point that we'll put him in C tier. But his theme, man, he's amazing, man. He's just beautiful. The theme just made me feel like, wow, this game connected one with you in such a beautiful way. I will never look down on Fear Hunger ever again. That's what happened with me when I saw this. This was the way that it sold me on the game. The theme is amazing. Beautiful. Same with talking with the theme of this one, but I wasn't as connected with the Mahabharata theme as I was with Kaiser's one. He needs a buff. Yes, you need to buff him, to be honest, Miro. Make him strong. Make him really strong. I know he's weak and all that, but man, I want to fight him for a longer time. His song is amazing. Karen. She can only shoot you. She can only shoot, and that's it. And her shooting, while applied bleeding, she's alone most of the time. So you can easily get her at the start of the game. So I'm gonna put her below Caligura because you can easily get her early game. And even if you don't get help by a teammate, she can just shoot a teammate and then the teammate just fights with you. So 20 to 30 damage is not gonna be enough for you to just suffer. It's an easy soul to get. While her skill tree is amazing, so you're gonna get a lot from just dealing with her. So she's more of a useful thing than anything. So I think that's it. That's not tomorrow, honestly. Lasuo Zero, hey go, what's up? Hey, I mean Racode. I mean, if I can say hello, welcome. How's it going, buddy? What's up? What's up? Uh, YouTube, hello, Seen, welcome to the stream. Before I continue, guys, I'm gonna say it again because I will be going for a while more. We have 2 hours since we started. Here's the Discord link to anyone who wants to join the group. We play Little Company at times, 100% Rangers, and we talk about Fear Hunger at times. If you're not a part of the community, if you want, this will help me a lot, but please subscribe to the channel on YouTube and Twitch. And become a member on YouTube to be able to support me as well. You can also donate through this link, which makes it so that the donation goes straight to my PayPal right away, so I can continue working on this hobby that I have, which is something I love so much. Hopefully the bot is gonna show. There we go. There's the code. But yes, thank you so much for listening to me. Let's continue. All right. By the way, I might need to either break this into another video later because we still have Maso mode to deal with, or probably do it in this stream today. We'll see. We'll see about it. But it all comes down to me and my voice, and if it is able to go for more than 2 hours, we'll see. Because I'm already feeling like I'm scratching. Speaking of which, I need more water very soon. Okay. Levi and Levi Doppelganger. Levi Doppelganger, because you can fight them alone and they're really easy to fight, and they're not really that awesome. You can just put them here, honestly. They're whatever. They're not a threat, and your whole team fighting them will just one-shot them turn 1, so it's fine, I guess, right? And Levi normal will have a slight harder time, but he's still just gonna shoot you every now and then, and he might tap you once, making so you can attack with a teammate who has been tapped. So because of that, we're gonna put Levi here, slightly higher than Karen, because Levi is deeper into the city, while Karen is outside in just the town where you start. So he's just whatever. Yeah. This thing, I'm gonna have to find what is it called? I forgot the name. Do you know have them? Oh, there they are. Stitches is next to this thing. I forgot the name of this thing actually. But Stitches can stun lock any character and also can one-shot any character in the game with their cross-stitching. Cross-stitching hit twice on any character, one-shots them. And also the ability that you can just get stun locked forever with Stitches grab. It's not fun. And no one fights Stitches alone. People usually go for the head with Black Smoke. People usually shoot Stitches away. No one fights Stitches. There's no way. Because they're scary. So because of this fear effect that you get, I'll have to put Stitches on A tier here. While this thing can do really much, can not really do much. It has a lot of HP though, like 3k I believe. But it will just be pushing you over and over, and that's it. So because of that, it is a difficult foe to fight. I would say slightly higher than the dog, but just here. Marco. Marco. He is the main important guy that you gotta take out to be able to remove every single other person in the at base, right? Marco is very easy to deal with. Even if you have a full team, or even if you're alone, you will not struggle against Marco, and no one's gonna grab you from killing Marco except for Tanaka, but Tanaka never leaves. Marco is easy to deal with, and he's the one that you have to deal with always before killing everybody in train. Marco, because of being a key to kill everyone else, because of how badly programmed he is, he goes in C tier, the lowest one, but no way in hell I can put it in D tier. I can't. He's the one that allows you to kill everyone in the train, because no one else has the trigger to grab you. So it's just eh. And the skills that you get from Marco are very important for any character, so they're really good. He's not item dependent to kill. He's not skill dependent to kill. You can persuade him to have a next turn. It doesn't matter. He's not really as strong. Which is weird, knowing that Henryk has more HP than Marco. I forgot this guy's name. This is O'saa, but the Scourge of O'saa, I forgot their name exactly. Mastermind, there you go, Mastermind. Mastermind is able to remove a limb with hurting. Actually, you know what? We can put O'saa here as well. So this thing, right? This thing. Let's start with the human version. He sits down in a place, casts hurting, removes your limb, and you are just forced to take it at times because you don't want to fight him. He warns you about it. You will get your limbs cut off. If you fight him, you can get stun locked with the rat attack, or you can lose limbs with hurting. He is one of the hardest ones to deal with, but he cannot blind you. He's scary, but you tend to be able to have one or two characters that will not be stunned to be able to deal with O'saa. Casualties will happen. Casualties will happen because you are your own self fighting her, fighting O'saa. Red arc his head. We cannot, sadly. This is about a playthrough where you're going to be playing normal in a few playthroughs where you barely know what to get or how to play. You will not have a red arc. And this is a full team as well. So a casualty might happen. You might lose an arm, a leg. You might lose a teammate as well. The whole team could get stunned as well. It depends. While this guy, completely different story. Because he's alone, and because your team is not going to be against fighting a Scorch version of a character, this guy gets to be on B tier. Slightly higher on difficulty than Henryk. It's going to be one shot in the torso by any character, and you can just easily just remove him. Easily. So Mastermind is easy for a full team. O'saa is really hard because you're always alone. Always going to be alone when fighting, even if you have a team. We have... I forgot her name. The Scorch name. This is Olivia. Iron Maiden, I think it is. Maiden something. I don't know who their name is. Sorry. This thing. I wish I knew, honestly. Freak. I want to talk about a lot. Mechanical Dance. Okay, Mechanical Dance. I want to talk a lot about this character. But they are a mess of a fight. This thing is in the time where you're going to be fighting her when you're completely geared up. But your whole team will be poisoned. And it's a heavy poison that does a lot of damage while being able to remove your limbs as well with their arms. While lowering your mind as well by a little bit. They are one of the few enemies in the game that is constructed in a way that will be afflicting the whole team in damage. This thing will put a lot more mind damage on you as a player. You will not know how to react properly to what's going on. So it's going to be a difficult task to deal with this thing because of it. I think, in my opinion, the fear that this applies, I'm going to have to put it on S tier. Close to Tanaka. But Tanaka can blind compared to this. But this thing, it's just, you can shoot her. Yes, you can shoot her. Yes, you can overall shoot him. But she's scary. And there's a lot of fear going on when you persuade her automatically because you can choose to not look away. And not looking away means that she gets attacked for free. But also, you don't get anything from persuading. She's scary. She's a scary threat. Be scared of this thing. Be very scared. The Michelin Man, also known as Mr. Dog in the game files. Beekeeper. I think it's called actually in the game. Actually, I think this thing. Um, you know when they go like this. You know when they clap your dick. You know what? You remember that moment in the game where you get your dick clapped by this guy, and you take 80 damage. You remember that, right? You remember that. Oh yeah, you do. You do remember when you get your dick flattened like this from this guy's arms with 80 damage. That is also when the guy shows up, scares you from showing up in that place or falling from the ceiling. This thing is the definition of scaring the player, and it's very close to a Deathmask. They're not easy to deal with either if you don't have the knowledge. Poisoning will happen. Getting one shot by this guy will happen. He performs a round of applause on your dick. Exactly. Because of this guy goes away into S tier. He is not something that I enjoy dealing with. So we will not. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna put my chat on live chat because it's not showing the message of Catholic Phoenix that is saying. There you go. Now it's showing. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. He works different than a Deathmask as well. So yeah, scary, but not as scary as a Deathmask. Moonless. There's a feeling for a new player going from 1 to 2, having to be forced to fight Moonless. There's a lot of, you know, memories that you have with Moonless because she's one of your favorite party members that you can get easily. And most people will look up a guide or will try to talk with the dog because it's a dog and it's one of your best party members in the game. And it's difficult because of that thing. You don't want to kill Moonless. The feeling of a new player that they go against, fighting Moonless, wanting to feed them and not wanting to do anything and just taking the damage and just losing the game, has happened to a lot of people. And that is normal because it is a character that means a lot to you. A lot. And you don't want to hurt him, right? Because of this, and because of how dangerous this is when you meet her for the first time, you will not think of glass sharding her as your first instinct. Glass of trying to attack her while she's far away will make you miss. Because of it, that this thing is able to just attack the player and destroy them without the knowledge. I would say Moonless has to be either S tier or A tier. Higher here than the usual. Because she represents what we want from the game, which is we want a good ending. We want a a playthrough where we can finish it with a smile on our face. But Fear and Hunger is not that most of the time. We end up getting backstabbed by our own feelings and we end up losing. We end up getting endings that we're not really explained until we dig deeper. That's why a lot of people feel like they were backstabbed when the game ends suddenly, so abruptly. I would say Moonless will also, yes, exactly. Hex also slap, sorry. They will not find Moonless most of the time, new players, because you can easily miss her. So there's a lot of reasons why this thing, when found, you're gonna feel sad about it, and it will destroy you, mostly because of your connection with one. Even then, it's a dog, man. It's a big dog, and you want to look it up when you see the name Moonless. There's a lot of reasoning why this is gonna make you feel like you don't want to be the bad guy, which you aren't. You're just trying to survive. The Scorchy Boys. They function the same. They scratch their face while you just stack them and get free hits. Honestly, these two guys are fountains of healing and mana for you. One of the few enemies, apart from the Bobby, which we didn't go through before, they're free healing. And they're the actual free healing and free hits. I personally think the same, Fred. The lady has more HP than the guy. Even if you feel bad for them, you're still gonna use the HP or mana that you're gonna get from having a Veilstone, a Ring of Wraith, or even a Lichmonger. So these guys act as very high tier enemies. Oh, Mini Arcana, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's it going? Raiders, what up? My name is Raccoon, and I am a Fear Hunger streamer mostly when it comes to streaming stuff. Let me mark it. How do I do it? SO, I think it is. The Mini Arcana. Holy shit! Oh, fuck. Mr. Smile, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the 12 people raid. Holy shit. What the fuck? I forgot how to shadow people. Oh my god. Give me a second. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Like that. Okay. That is one. And now we have the other one. SO like this. There you go. Thank you so much. Welcoming guys. We're doing a tier list of Fear Hunger 2 on the enemies based on difficulty and rewards, as well as how easy it is for a person who plays the game for the first/second playthrough, knowing some of the game but not so much, having a 4-people team or 3-people team. So yes, this is how it's going right now as a normal player. Thank you so much for the raid, guys. What were you playing? How are you doing? Hola, ¿cómo andas, che, Mr. Smile? Muchas gracias por el raid, muchísimas gracias. Bienvenido a todos. Voy a decir en español también. Soy Matías, soy Raccoon, Atar Raccoon, y espero que les guste el contenido de Fear Hunger, porque es lo único que hago bien. Muchas gracias. Double right, exactly. But yeah, moving back into it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But thank you again. Please make sure to support Mr. Smile as well as the Mini Arcana on Twitch, buddies. Thank you so much. So because of this two being more of a help for you than anything, the enemy tier list, we're gonna have to put him on D tier. Because what they do is they help you in the playthrough. They're free hit, free healing, free mine. Do not kill them so easily. Leave 1 or 2 so you get infinite healing/mine. Holy frick. That's amazing, man. Thank you for the double raid. But yeah, because they help you a lot, boom, D tier. Next up, Moonscorched. As a new player, you will not know that you can just talk to them and just make them not attack you. And they do a lot of damage. And they tend to just destroy people with the double hand attack, doing 60 to 80 damage if you're not prepared. While also having a bite attack that does a lot of damage. And they can infect you, and a new player will not know that there's green herbs at the start of the game. So, because of this, scary. Very freaking scary. Very freaking scary, and they are going to be located for a new player /second playthrough with 1 to 2 players being able to be played as, because of the fact that you tend to have Abella at this time, and you will not know what the range does one shot on the torso. This is an A tier. They're not easy to deal with, and you will have a really hard time dodging, so they're not fun. They're not fun. But once you know what to do, they become D tier. Oh yeah. Oh, let me check the Twitch chat. Mr. Smile, hoy he empezado por primera vez el Fear Hunger 1 y me parece de locos. Creo que cambian la mecánica. Tira mucho la suerte. Te juro, man. El Fear Hunger 2 tiene mucha más mano en jugarla bien que en tener suerte. Es una cosa que por qué prefiero mucho más el 2 que el 1. Pero sí, man. Alright, we have Needles here. Needles is 2 things. There's a lot of people who just go ahead and just deal with needles because backseating happens a lot of the time with friends or when someone streams and someone tells you, hey, you can kill needles by throwing clashers at them. And then they get one shot because their body is stunned forever. Because the coin toss can still be applied even if you miss it. If you miss the coin toss and the guy is blinded, you can still get stun locked forever. So, considering how early it is that you can get needles to just remove you from the game, and considering that you don't really lose much from just starting the game from then and there. And also considering that you can get a headshot on Needles, either with gas canister or with an actual headshot after they kill Tanaka, because nobody here has saved or have had Tanaka living more than one day in their first playthrough. Because of these things, he's very low tier. He's still able to deal with you. So I'm gonna have to put her on near Marco. Because losing to Niels most of the time is something positive if you don't have Abella in your team. You don't know about it, but he actually heals you. He heals your phobia, which is something that I found with Afri in the chat on YouTube. We were fucking around in the Discord of Fear Hunger a few months ago, and we were like, wait, what? Wait, what? He removes your phobia. No, it's still there. You can see it in the menu. But I don't have the mark that shows that I have phobia. What is going on? So we did a lot of testing and we figured out that you do lose your phobia thanks to Afri. So anyone here in the chat, please make sure to thank Afri in the YouTube chat. Either you are on Twitch, on YouTube, please thank Afri, because that was one of the best discoveries to balance your playthrough and to not have a modifier on you that will be going against you. And that's how we found as well that Magna Medicinal, and I believe Magna Medicinal is the other one that removes the fear of the phobia. So yeah, thank you so much, Jeffrey. I remember that day. Yeah, I remember that. That was amazing, man. We gotta hang out more. We gotta find more shit like this in the near future. Needles, because of that, and because of just not being that much of a trouble, and you can just lose at the start of the game without much, I would say he's just low tier for a new player. Now. Holy crap. Holy, it's okay. I'll give credit to you too. Don't worry, Afri. I think I wouldn't have found that out if we weren't hanging out at the time. And that also opened up into Daan being able to heal phobia. And being able to balance your damage and defense is very important for a new player. And also for experienced ones. So yeah, thank you. Niels helps you, by the way, kills all your contestants and removes phobias and addictions. Exactly. Also having a contestant killed by Niels, for example, having Niels kill Tanaka and Marina, makes it so that you don't have to kill him. So 2 threats are gonna be gone for you to get ending B. Very useful. And yeah, I like him a lot in the way that he is useful for the player more than a threat. So that's why he slashes C tier to D tier. Because if he wouldn't kill you, honestly, if he cannot kill you, I put him in D tier. But he can kill you still if he gets you twice. We created to Holy Brasser too. He's my sulfur better. Holy Brasser always gets all the credit. He's always in Discord as well as YouTube telling people what mess I say that is wrong. So he's always there to be able to help me out on when I say things that are not correct. Catholic Phoenix, getting killed by needles causing you to get resurrected. This resurrection causes a reset on your opioid receptors and restores noradrenaline, which cures your creeping heroin addiction. That too! Almost forgot. Not only it removes the phobia, but the freaking heroin withdrawal of Levi. So there's so much positive from having needles kill you that you should let yourself be grabbed by needles and just lose your phobia. Because it's good. Maybe. Neighbor. This guy. Neighbor? For a new player, a neighbor. There's a place, there's in the sewers a few neighbors that you will encounter 1 or 2 players only. You will have Abella and yourself, or Marina and Levi as main characters. And it will be hard for you to deal with them. And they deal a lot of damage and they have a coin flip in the second turn usually. So you will take a lot of damage and they have a coin flip as well. That does a lot of damage. They are scary, But with a gun, you can remove both arms, making him just attack with the long. The tongue still is able to one-shot a player. So it's very, very scary to deal with, even then. And if you go with skill and item base, you can blind them, yes, making them easier, but we don't take into account that for someone who doesn't really know much about it. Neighbors are scary. You can two-tap them with a shotgun as well if you want to remove them from the field. But there is no clear way on how to fight them, and most people go for the head when the tongue is out, which again makes you feel like the head is able to be hit after that happens, but it's not. Even a well-prepared team for a fourth party, Tournament is gonna get messy, and they will get an attack afterwards, after a while or two, before the fourth or third character goes up, and it's gonna be a difficult fight that you have. So do not fight them. In my opinion, it's difficult to enjoy your time with these guys. Because of how difficult it is, and because of how messy they are at fighting, I would say for a full team dealing with a neighbor has to be. If I could cut this guy in half, I will put him on B and A. He will be like this. But right now, because I'm thinking too much and I'm just not able to decide at all on what a neighbor is going to be doing with you, especially when there's like, what, 9 in the moldy apartments, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle a lot. So please run away from them. Do not fight them. They're not fun to deal with. They're a mess of an enemy. So be careful with them. Olivia and the Doppel Olivia. We're gonna go back to the fact that doppelgangers go to their own tier right here because you can just one-shot them turn 1 because they have the same HP as a human. 500, the torso. While Olivia, by herself, she's gonna be fighting you, and the only way to deal with Olivia without getting the nettle status effect or the poison damage that you take a lot from her, it is if you persuade her. So she's skill dependent to be able to kill without taking any damage. So if you have Karen, you can easily do her fight. She might be iron dependent if you use a Margie Vial to just remove her head easily. Or skill dependent again with Black Smoke to just hit him in the head. But she's scary. She's fucking scary. Most people don't fight Olivia because of that. Irritation removes your chance of hitting by 30%, which is a lot that you're going to be missing. So, because of the ability that she can just make you have a hard time hitting with physical attack, not with magic, If you're using magic and you have irritation, it doesn't do anything. And because she can apply to many party members at times, she's scary. So we're gonna be putting her in A tier, but she's gonna be before. She's gonna be near her Scourge actually. Even well, no, not here. She's scary. Irritation is freaking annoying. Nobody here wants to do a playthrough with irritation. But you know what? If you make a YouTube video about irritation playthrough and you make an edit about it, well, you show your reaction, I will watch it. Because I want to watch that. So if anyone wants to do an irritation playthrough, I'm down. You have my view. I would love to watch, man. So yeah, any irritation playthrough, which I would not do ever, with physical attack only, no magic, you get my watch for free. I would love to watch, man. Fuck irritation. And then I realized there were so many enemies in Termina. I know. I made the tier list. I was like, okay, let's go with the tier list. Oh my god. I forgot the name of this guy. Dark Priest? No, Priest something. I forgot the name. The Priest guy. The gambling playthrough? Exactly. The Priest guy, which I forgot the name, that is in the mayor's house. This thing, the decrepit priest Father Oscar. This thing is gonna scare you in many ways. If you end up sleeping on a bed, Father Oscar / the Kirby Priest is gonna be waking you up, and they're gonna skip their own first turn and just gonna go against you. Their grab, coin toss, can remove you from playing the game, pretty much. Sending you to day 3 night. Justifying you, making you see one of the worst images in the game. That can be possible. No, we don't have Masumo. We might have to leave Masumo for another stream, by the way, guys. I can feel my throat exploding right now. For a new player or a second playthrough player, dealing with this guy is hard because you cannot blind them. Their coin is gonna happen. They have Pyromancy Drink, which is low tier damage, but they have hurting, so they will remove an arm or a leg, depending on the arm that they use. I believe one hand uses Gorogorot and the other one uses Vinushka, so one of them is fire and the other one is hurting, but you will not notice this usually, so it's kind of hard. The fucking 5-minute death casting. Yes, it's really awesome. It's really awesome. Twitch, Dragstar 720. Thank you. Hello, hola, ¿qué onda? ¿Todo bien? ¿Cómo andas, che? So yeah, Father Oscar, also known as the Kirby Priest, has to be going to a higher tier because no one wants to fight it in the normal way. You either shoot him or throw a bear trap or just ignore them completely. And he follows you outside. And there's some shock to that. So because of this, we're going to be putting him higher than Moonless, actually. Can you please? Thank you. He's scary. He's a threat to players. You can explode him, yes, but you need items / skills / knowledge / weapons / guns. You cannot do it normally. If you start a game, you try to fight Father Oscar right away, you are going to struggle a lot. We have this guy. I forgot the name, actually. Forest Dweller, I think it's called. The Forest Dweller, it is able to poison you. It is able to summon a being behind them, a ghost that is able to remove your head. Owl mask? Okay. It's able to remove your head, Chrome Model style. And they have a lot of HP in the hands and the torso. And once the being is summoned, it will remain alive for a while. Sorry, it will remain alive even if you take out the arms. And even if you run away while they summon already and then encounter again, the being is still there. I know sometimes I can't guard the peg attack, it's just me. You can guard it, yes. And it goes for the main character. But considering that you know how to guard the peg attack because you read the book, this guy, it's not that much of a threat. So for a player who knows, and we're deciding that we know that the player knows about guarding coin toss attacks, their damage is low. They're not that difficult, so you can just guard and just attack whenever you need to. I'm gonna be going back into it again, just for sake of just explaining to you guys. If you know what the coin toss attack guarding, he's at best a C tier over here. Okay, he's not a threat, but this all cool. This guy, if you don't know how to guard the coin toss attack, he goes over here. Because not being able to guard or not knowing that you can guard it makes you lose your game. You lose your head and you lose the game. Perfect guard will make it so that you cannot guard any coin tosses anymore. So yes, your game is over if you have perfect guard. So don't get perfect guard. It's glitch at the moment. Don't use it. Pab, he's D tier. Your whole team will fight Pab at one point in the game. No spoilers behind it. Your whole team will destroy him. And he will take a shot at you, but that's no damage. Less than Karen, somehow. And then when he says, too slow, he explodes afterwards. So, D tier. I don't have anything else to say on the matter. His skills are garbage as well. Fuck him. Perkel is able to do a lot of harm to a player. Experience and non-experience. Perkel being the final boss of ending B/C. After a while, he will have his wing shield show up, and the game will not tell you this, but every single attack that is magic will be bouncing back towards you, and you will lose your character who is using magic because it will reflect the damage being higher than what you initially was, one-shotting your character that was using magic at the time. And you tend to fight this guy alone, and your main character will get one-shot and you lose the game. Because of that one thing that counters magic, and because the moon does a lot of damage followed by a wing attack that applies bleeding while doing decent damage, I believe it's like 20 damage or so without any armor, and the moon being freaking heavy as fuck, being able to itemize properly, it's hard against this guy. Very hard. And he's not a joke. He's done in a way that he is a final boss that will deceive you into making a mistake so you lose the game. He's hard for a new player / returning player, especially when you're forced to fight alone. So because of this guy goes next to Platoon on how difficult it is. But Platoon is stronger than this. Crow, good morning. How's it going? Welcome. Pillarman. I don't see the problem of this guy. I really don't see the problem of this guy. He is not an issue to anyone that I've seen play the game. And even those who get hit by a coin flip attack that they push away from the place up there at the church. I don't see any person say openly that this guy is able to kill them properly. So I would say this guy gets C tier to the point of even almost D tier because he's not able to push. Like he actually, these characters are very low, and this guy comes very close to this guy on how he can deal damage, but it's not that much. Just yeah, the only issue exactly. That also actually gives you some points for me to give him on D tier and put him above them. He kills more bonzas than he kills party members or characters in the game. You're gonna lose 3 bonzas to this guy, and that's it. That's all he's gonna be a threat to you. That's it, honestly. I forgot the name by the way. Pillarman. Oh yeah. Poe. I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty here. Poe is scarier than a Deathmask. Poe is one of the few characters that comes without any lube when it comes to preparing you for a coin toss. You know what it is that I put August down here in D tier? We know that the player is gonna guard coin tosses. We have the ability to see the player seeing August in the same posture as it is like Ragnarok there, where he's gonna coin toss you right away. So you're gonna be preparing for a guard. You see this guy. I don't wanna enlarge the image just in case, you know. You see this guy. He comes towards you with this thing, with the voice that they give him. You're shocked to see them. You try to fight them. You miss. You get hit by a coin toss. Your whole world is turned upside down. And if you're streaming on Twitch, you get fucked live for anyone to watch you. I don't want to say what happens exactly, but the pain and the fear that this guy inflicts next to this guy is almost the same, but slightly heavier because no one in their life allows them to see what happens after they experience it once. They just F5 when it happens. You lose a coin toss F5. You don't want to see that. And that's why this guy stays here. Losing a head? Whatever. Getting fucked? Rancid The Sergal. This guy has to be S tier around here somewhere because you cannot blind the head. Well, you could be ready to fight. If you have a phobia and you don't have any armor that is extra armor that you're gonna have, he can one shot that character with a phobia. While he runs away, you remove an arm. You will have one attack where he's gonna use both arms, and he might one shot a character. Throwing spear does 107 damage to any character who has a phobia and has no armor. If you didn't know, so he is a massive threat, and then he's gone from your game forever. If you find him later, it's your problem. But item wise, skill wise, he's gonna be an issue towards you. So you're gonna lose an ally against this guy without being able to be fully prepared for a new player. So because of that, we're gonna be moving him towards higher than the mob, but not as high as the guy that just completely just destroys your game at the end of the game. Rancid has one shot a lot of my allies when I had phobia, and I hate that a lot. The Rat King and the Ratona. La Ratona, it's gonna be going into D tier over here, even lower than a Scorched, because you gotta go out of your way to fight a Ratona. Honestly, you gotta go out of your way to fight La Ratona, and honestly, there's no reason for you to do it. So this guy just there. You feel bad for fighting him, to be honest. He's also a useful item. So if you have the communication with rats, I forgot the name. The one that lets you communicate with animals, you get small things for free with him. So he is more a useful thing than anything. Master Rifleman, yes. This group of rats move slightly faster than 16 agility, so you will not have the ability to attack them before they attack you, and you will not have an extra turn. And they can do a lot of damage, and because of how you can either balance Moonless or the rats, I'm gonna have to put them here. Yes, you have to have 21 agility to deal with the rat group, and they're not easy to deal with. And they heal like a truck, exactly. They're not as traumatizing as Moonless, because Moonless hits are hard when we see Moonless. But the group of rats are gonna kill you without you doing anything. Okay. Rat lady? What's her name? Is this rated how dangerous they are? This is rated for a new player / returning player with a full team / 3 people team, not knowing a lot about the game and just having a hard time with it. Rat Hag. Moves slightly faster than you as well, and summons rat each time that they move, and they can attack while summoning rats. They're scary. You cannot run away with 100% chance against them as well. So, yeah, you're gonna have the rats moving faster than you, which they have an extra turn and they will be attacking over and over again. They can also summon the rats that stun lock you, so they're not fun. This thing, because of the trauma that affects you from getting stun locked by rats, fucking rats of all things, we're gonna be putting her close to Deathmask, because they can just destroy a player who's not able to get lucky when it comes to getting stunned, and they're very early into the game. So yeah, they might look frail, but they're very awesome. Rare. We got to rare. This thing. It's a mess. This thing is a mess. I wish I could just take a break to this, because this thing is just a mess to explain. But you need to have 20 agility or 21 agility to be able to have an extra turn against rare, because the eyes are faster than you. The eyes will be removing your mine. If you lose all your mine, you get a coin flip that you cannot guard. As far as I know. As far as I know, you cannot guard it. and making it so that you will have to only rely on 21 agility, which is hard to get as a solo player. You're gonna be fighting this alone or with minions at best as a new player. You will not know about Battlestone and being able to just have your mind infinite as much as you can. This thing is insane. It removes arms, so any physical damage character who relies on just breaking their enemy with just physical attacks might lose their arms at the start of the fight, and comes after Perkel. You can guard the coin flip. Okay, the more I know. You can guard the coin flip of this, but still, you cannot really deal with this thing properly, because if you have perfect guard, which you will go with, or I like it with a physical guard, you will not be able to go into guard, or you will not be losing arms. It's a hard fight, honestly. This thing is just enough for you just go insane with how much knowledge you have to get with this thing. It has 6k HP, which is very low compared to others. But because of this, and because you need to fight this thing, I would put this guy over here. Crimson Fire is still stronger. Centaur is still something that when one fights, you have to fight rare and that you don't get to have a fun time with him. Abella is very close to killing this thing, though, I gotta say. Rondeals. They're scary. Scary as fuck. Also, mages have an infinity amount of time, of hard time against this thing because you're using mine, by the way, so fuck this thing. Rondeals. You can lose your leg, you can lose your arm, or you can lose your head with a coin flip. So it's up to you to choose which one you're gonna go for. They're scary. They swing their pendulums. You can lose arms or legs. So even if you have arm guards, you will find out later you lose your legs, and it's fucking awesome. There's a place. There's 2 places in the game that have like 5 of them for you to deal with them each. So like Tunnel 7 has like 4, and in the church, sorry, in the orphanage, there's like 6. So this shit, man, this shit is just insane. I hate this thing so much. You can take them out with guns, yes, with a sniper. Just shoot sniper twice on the arms, still risk the head hitting you, or you take less damage. Or you can lose your arms or legs. This thing is scary, even for a full team. Where's the neighbor? It's over here. It will be triggered as neighbor if they weren't able to remove your limbs, but because they can cut away your limbs, I'm gonna say they're the best at A tier. Honestly, they're really scary. They can destroy your player. Why isn't Janitor S tier? This is a travesty. He can destroy your game at the start of the game easily by just forgetting that you can play Fear and Hunger without a tutorial, and you lose both arms and legs, and you cannot move, and your tutorial is over. But then again, if it's a tutorial, you can just restart the game. But yeah. Hate the freaking Rontiels. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Hate them. Ball guy? Ball guy. Full team against the ball guy, or 30-person team against the ball guy, also as a monster, is not really something that you're gonna be struggling with unless you guard. Most people don't know how guarding at the start of the game, so I'm gonna have to put him here. C tier. Slightly stronger than the Fecal Hound. Because as a full team, you are gonna be prepared to destroy the ball guy. But we can move him slightly forward because there's a clip of Frappolo. There's a clip of Frappolo. You know what? Let me find it actually. Let me find it real quick. I I wish to show you guys the reason why I kind of want to move him higher, but I don't know if I could actually show this. Let's see. Where's Frappolo? No, that's when I got him with my win. That's illegal. Ah, there it is. Okay. Allow me to show you this. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and pause. You see that? You see this shit? Look at this one. This is Frapolo playing Wheelchair's Maso mode. This this is why I'm gonna have to increase the ball scare from a C tier into an A tier. The fear, the absolute fear that I heard Frapolo go through when he was doing his first Maso mode playthrough. He exploded with fear. That is something that more likely more than Frapolo has went through. And I love that so much that I clipped it at one time that it happened. So I gotta say 8 here on the lowest one. He's not a miss like enemies such as the Sewjobs, the dog, or the neighbor. But this thing is gonna scare the fuck out of you if you're gonna be playing the game like the way that Frapolo was. Which you're gonna be minding your own business and nowhere, boom, a guy shows up from the water. Somebody, none of the characters. I'm gonna have to push somebody away from first playthroughs and second playthroughs because no one will find her as a new player unless they'll play Marina. So it's very character dependent or a lot of knowledge for you to know that you do not have to sleep for the first day to be able to find her. So in a hypothetical situation where you're playing Marina and you sleep and you find her and you decide to fight her for some reason, if you fight her in a normal way, she has double hurting and she's gonna be scary. If you decide to talk to her with Marina, which is a lot of knowledge yet again, there's so much hypothetical situations on this when it comes to finding Samurai. But if you find Samurai and if you fight in a normal way, you will lose your game because she has double hurting. Only one hand cause hurting, the left one. In that case, you still lose an arm or a leg. So it is a difficult target to fight. So this is mostly for a guy who either knows, a person who either knows about how to get to Samurai at the first day, or someone who's playing Marina and for some reason they fight Samurai. Because of this, and because she's difficult and she can cause limb loss, she has to be A tier. But a very weird A tier that she's just there as in maybe there's a lot of knowledge that you have to have. I'm gonna have to put her next to Father Hugo, to be honest. She's weird. She's very weird. The Obelisk. I don't know how to rate this. It has 900. Wait, 999. I fucking don't know how to do math. I hate this shit. I don't know how to say a number, but 99999. That one. That's the number. That one. That thing. The tier means that you will spend 47 minutes fighting this thing with a fully capable team. So, because it is Middle's force fear, and because it makes no sense, and you kind of want to fight it, and you find out that you cannot even beat this shit without being prepared, I will have to put it on S tier. This thing is scary. This thing is no joke. I would, to anyone who's interested in me changing this away, show me a video from you who's in the mood of me changing it from this place, of you defeating this thing alone without a fully prepared team, or maybe a fully prepared team without any of the broken weapons. How long does it take you? Because I did a fully prepared team with 3 chainsaws and one combustion with a lot of healing, mind healing materials, and it took me 47 minutes in real life. This thing is not to mess with. You don't win against this. You lose. You tend to leave this thing. No one beats this thing. Can attack out Maso more Platoon, so he goes away. A ghost! Bothersome as fuck. Invisible as well. You can barely see it, and it is a mess. You will run into it, you will lose your mind. You cannot fight it unless you're using Marco, so character dependent. You will lose your mind, and they're just annoying to deal with. Because of how annoying they are, we're gonna put it on A tier. More annoying than Rontil, even. This thing is really, really bothersome. You lose mind getting into a fight with this thing without even knowing that they are there until they spawn. And even when you know where they are, you still get into a fight with them because their movement is weird as fuck. And they're honestly, they should be reworked because they move slightly like Sewjobs. I hate them. I hate these things. They're bothersome. They're really bothersome. But you can just one-shot them with the fizz. Yes, with Marco. Sheriffs. Alone, they're not really that bothersome. Why do you have to be specific with Marco? Because Marco can one-shot them with the fist because of how he deals a lot of damage. This thing. This guy alone, easy enemy. You know, just easy, right? And you see one of the guy, oh, it's just alone, I'll kill him. And that's how you see them at first. You see one alone, you fight them, you win. You fight them alone, guess what? They are grouped up by 3 people, and they come with the ability to apply the heavy bleeding. That if you get hit a second time, you lose all your HP and you end up at 1 HP. And then you realize, oh fuck, my ally who was 97 HP is now at 1 HP. I cannot heal it. What do I do? And that is when this guy goes S tier. Nobody here can tell me that they fight these guys the normal way. People here, once you know about shooting them, people just shoot them. Nobody here fights them normally. Critical state will destroy you, and it will one-shot most of your team. And there's a lot of 3 people of these guys. Critical state is really freaking hard. But yes, this thing is honestly really awesome. I wish OSA wouldn't have it that hard. Yes, there's a lot of people who tell me that OSA, how do I deal with OSA and how do I get through with OSA and whatever the fuck? And it's true. It's hard. But OSA has magic. But a lot of people, as new players, don't know how to use magic. So it is hard. You can booby trap. Yes, you can booby trap or bear trap to kill them easily. But they're not gonna be something that you fight normally once you know how to shoot them. And that's why they can catch you off guard and you lose. S tier at best. It's scary. Blacksmith will be able to one-shot them on the head, so it's skill dependent. Morgival will be able to just one-shot on the head. ID dependent. And guns dependent as well, like I said before. So yeah. And if you heal while you have a critical state, you go to 1 HP. So fuck these guys. Absolutely fuck these guys. And the pain that they induce is honestly terrible. The Tormented One. I wish she was scarier. I wish she was a threat. But I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty is that he's a D tier at best. You can easily remove this guy from existence. And he doesn't even have a second face, sadly. He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't have a second face. And most of the release in the first phase, it's nothing. It's from the first game. And while it is true that he does some damage, he's a very optional fight that you will not even find him because you need to get the crow from the streets and then burn the crow in the. It's such a weird way to summon them, and it is hypothetical that we're not even get them to show up. I hate it, man, because I wanted to fight this guy, get something fun, and enjoy my fight with him, but it's not even something that is worth it. You tend to ignore this guy, and that's it. So I'm sorry, Chambara, but you get to be D tier, and you're the best D tier, I gotta say, because you're fun to see that you come back into the game. But other than that, it's whatever. Sadly, the skill is pretty good because it applies 100% bleeding. So there's that at least, but knowing that you can only get it while sleeping and knowing the Hexen table was kind of weird. Trooper, the Vermin Trooper. This thing, this shit, can remove your leg or your arm. So because of that, we gotta put it in the spot where he can be troublesome. The Elite Trooper is able to remove an arm, a leg. He has a coin flip that destroys your whole team. But you know what it is? You know what it is about this guy that makes him S tier for me? He's able to use his shield to increase his defense, physical damage, to the highest you can. So because of that, he is high as a villain. He will explode most of your team because he's tanky enough to fight him, and he can remove limbs like crazy. But also just being in the way. You don't know that this guy is weak to magic as well most of the time when you're in the first playthrough. So it's pretty hard. I give me a second, guys. Twitch chat. Rayquaza says, "Oh Lord, teach wisdom." They redeem that I need to explain wisdom to them. So let me think of the wisdom of the hour. You ever heard about seeing things with different eyes? Whenever you are at a doubt, like you're thinking that you can do something specifically, like you're thinking that you should probably, you know, continue a subject, for example, continue making a video, continue going through, for example, a very difficult task in your life, right? That is going to be troubling you. But you just need a break from all this. I personally think that the best wisdom I can give you whenever you are not able to continue working with something that is just not working for you, being a job thing, a task that you have to do, or any kind of difficult situation, I personally think you should allow your body to just rest. Let yourself just disconnect from everything that you're doing. Start from zero. Think about what you have positively, and then start again on the task. But give yourself time. A grade that you're going to be working towards will be important in the future. Yes, I know that. A job assignment that you need to do, any kind of thing like this, you need to go through it. Yes, but your body comes first before anything. So make sure to always listen to your body before any kind of assignment, any kind of job, any kind of thing that you gotta do. Make sure to always respect your body before any kind of assignment, job, or important task that you have in your life. Okay, make sure to always worry about yourself and then about any kind of task that you have. That is the that is the wisdom of the hour. I wish that you take good care of your body, and I need you to be feeling well before doing well. Moving on. Vile. About Vile, how do we deal with Vile? Vile is a character that a lot of people would not really struggle with when they have the knowledge, but we're inferring that you don't have the knowledge at the moment, and you will be playing with the main character and probably Abella as a party member at the time that you fight this thing. This thing can poison and do a lot of damage to you. Poison does damage. The heat does damage. please, let's try to forget the fact that you can talk this guy into death. If you didn't know that, would you still fight Vile the normal way? Or would he be a scary thing that shows up running towards you while you're scared? For a new player or a return player, when they don't know about the coin flip, this thing, try to fight Vile right now in the game and tell me how hard it is to take him out as a new player. Maybe alone or with Abella in the party member. In the party. Because of this fear that he strikes of running towards you out of nowhere, the sound that he makes when you finally see him, he is a commendable foe. I cannot put him in S tier, sadly. I cannot even put him higher than the guys that can remove limbs. So I would say he's next to a Bobby on difficulty for a new player, but will not be the cause of your death. It will let you very low HP, but would not be because of your death, sadly. You know who will be the cause of your death that is harder to deal with than that guy? The pipe guy. The pipe guy has a very high chance to stun locking you. So you will not be able to see that at the time that they end up attacking you, you're stun locked forever and you lose the game. And they have a lot of HP in the torso, making it deceiving compared to this other two. These two are easy and they should be put down in lower tiers than this guy, but this guy has a lot of HP. He's able to stun lock you, and the pipe also has more HP. And they can put a bear trap. They can stun lock you into a bear trap, making you lose even more HP. This thing is really scary. The villager with a pipe is very fucking scary. Sickle and Knife Lady. Knife Lady cannot put a bear trap, so she is lower tier, but there's something that keeps her up higher than the villager though, which is the run. The screaming run that happens when she summons and runs towards the player is obnoxious. It's really boresome. But you know what it does? It makes it so that you get scared for what's to come in the game. Say what you want about Miro and adding this thing as something that is silly, but it screams and it makes you jump. And that is a reaction that you will not remember. No, you will not be able to forget. So because of that, she's the highest A tier. And she does a lot of damage when she catches up to you with that coin flip that she does after screaming. While the villager, this guy, he cannot really do anything to you other than just 30 damage if he starts with a bird tap. So if we know that the person who's playing the game knows about guarding the coin tosses, or attacking the Vertap even, that also works, you don't tend to suffer that much. So he is, in my opinion, the lowest tier on B, or even to the highest tier of C. Honestly, it's not really that much. I can just put him here, honestly. He's just there. I want to meet the voice out of her. She's just probably just a normal sound, to be honest, like a normal play sound. Thank you. The washing machine. This thing has 3,000 HP. 3,000 HP. It requires that you go through a puzzle to be able to fix it, and most people make it so that once you go through the multi apartments, you lose a lot of mine, and a lot of people either reset the game or die to a neighbor afterwards, because after dealing with this thing, you gotta deal with neighbors. This thing, going through it, the mental pain that you go through trying to solve a puzzle that is not fun, that you go through once and you don't want to have to think about it anymore, having to YouTube tier everything or look up on Steam community guides to know what the fuck the puzzle is. You don't fight this thing normally, you solve the puzzle. This shit, if I could put in S plus, I would do it. You are affected emotionally by the washing machine. You do not forget the pain that the puzzle cost you when you went through it. Hands down, one of the scariest puzzles in the game. It also makes no fucking sense, the puzzle. I fucking hate it. Levi Moonscorch is known as a sniper, I think. I think it's a sniper. Alright, so this guy, sadly, he loses turns while crying. He cannot really do much than just attacking the whole team with just a very low damage attack that has a very high chance to miss, sadly. And the most important thing about this guy is that he makes it so that you end up crying. You feel bad because of the sound effect that they make. It is constantly crying and it's constantly just not wanting to fight you. And that traumatizes people to the point that you feel very guilty for killing this thing. This thing, it is mostly a connection to whoever is playing that has explained what Levi is going through as a character. So I have to say, because of the connection that you have, it really depends. But I cannot put this guy in a tier other than V and right here. Raccoon, consider Levi's map attack in the orphanage. If you're gonna consider the map attack, which I haven't really seen anybody somehow go through the mine place to get attacked by the map attack of Levi or getting through what is the orphanage map attack, I haven't seen anyone, sadly. But the shots of this guy deal 40 damage each, which is a lot. And if you get caught into the animation of falling while Levi is shooting you, you lose the game. But there hasn't been anybody that has went through that. Can the map attack kill you? Yes, it can. It can kill you. If we go to the hypothetical scenario, 30? Okay, 30. If we go to a hypothetical scenario where Levi will be shooting you 4 times, you lose the game. But I don't want to do that to this guy. I feel bad, to be honest. I want to keep him on B. I like him a lot. This might be biased for me. I'm gonna leaving the tier list for you to make your own tier list if you want, guys, on the description once I'm done with this. But I will put this on B because I like him a lot, and I have not seen a single person die to the map shooting or feel like this is a difficult fight more than an emotional fight than anything. The Woodsman, being one of the highest threats for a new player at the game, being one of the few characters that you will fight thinking that you're either way too strong to fight him or that you accidentally run into him and don't know how to run away properly yet. Because of this and because of the fucking appendage toss that happens that completely, absolutely makes you feel like you've been through one of the weirdest things ever. Having an appendage on the face, I'll have to put him here. Not as high as Poe grabbing you and doing whatever he does, but having an appendage under your face is an F5. It is an F5. You don't see that in many games. You don't see that in many games. You get to see that on your face and you risk the game. You might even refund the game from seeing that thing, honestly. And last character to deal with. The Heartless One. The Heartless One is a character that is beyond troublesome to deal with. She is a character that defines what it is fear hunger, which is hopefully not something that happens as a reality in the future, but I hope no other enemy becomes what the Heartless was, which is an unfair fight that requires item knowledge, skill knowledge, item luck as well, and knowing that you can only fight her alone, while also looking up how to properly find her. She is one of the few enemies in the game that don't fit Fear and Hunger Termina. And I feel like she's the only one, in my opinion, that doesn't fit in this game, and that's why she's an unfair fight. I don't want more fights like this, but I have managed to get through a hate arc for me, where I struggled a lot to be able to finally love her as a fight. But it took me a lot, man, and I don't want anybody to tell me that they like her the first time they fight her, because it's an unfair fight. It's an unfair fight. You require dots to fight her. You require criticals to fight her. You require full magic to fight her. There's a lot of things that you require to be able to do this fight properly, and it's not easy. But yes, she will be the highest tier, next to the hardest boss in the game, and next to an impossible enemy. That is the whole tier list that we have here, guys. Let me see if I can have it like this. Well, I mean, you can just have it like this, guys. Here you go. I'm gonna hide the chat for a second so you guys can see it properly, and I'm gonna hide myself as well. Here's the tier list. I will be uploading the tier list to the description so anyone can make a tier list like this and make a video responding to my tier list as well and making their own if you guys want. I hope you guys think that I did a good job at putting things in place. I tried my hardest to not lose my voice through all this. I don't think I have the voice in me to do a master mode because it's 6 p.m. right now. But I really hope you guys enjoyed my tier list. And you agree with me. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for being here. With Smart McCoy. Thank you so much. Before we end the stream, I'm gonna remind you guys again that we have a Discord server that you guys can join if you want to be part of it. So here's the link, and here's the donation link if you wanna help me grow as a content creator and as my own hobby. So I would love a lot if you can support me in follow or subbing, things like this. We will be rating somebody who's streaming right now, Fear and Hunger Termina. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching me, guys. I will be doing Maso mode guide on all these enemies. Maybe tomorrow or like a week later. We'll see how it is. My voice is just dying right now. So again, thank you so much for the raid, Mr. Smile. Thank you so much for the raid. The Mini Arcana, thank you so much. Please make sure to follow them and support them. And thank you to everyone who's watching the video on YouTube or Twitch on bots. I will see you guys next time, and I love every single one of you. Please take good care of yourself, and well, oh shit, I forgot. We have an end screen. Look at that. Oh my god, it's amazing. Look at it. Oh my god. Look at it. Wow. All right, see you. Bye-bye.